Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys.
Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This update is brought to you by Doral Kia. You always pay less than the Pricito at Doral Kia. Visit us at Doral Kia, DoralKia.com. Starting with the Heat, who blew out the Bulls 134-91. Next up, Miami will host the Hawks tomorrow night. And last night, Norman Powell was selected to the All-Star team. This is Powell's first time as an All-Star. Over to the Panthers, who will welcome in the Buffalo Sabres. The puck drops at 7 from Amarant Bank Arena. And the game can be heard right here on WQAM. And finally, in tennis, Carlos Alcaraz won the Australian Open. At 22 years old, Alcaraz is the youngest player ever to complete the career Grand Slam. How about that, Joe?
Well, I can't lie to you, Woody. And, I try not to lie to you. I did get up early yesterday morning. I don't know many tennis heads out there went, I get up early anyway. Why not on a Sunday morning get up at 4 o'clock? And I took the wife out Saturday night. But 4 o'clock, wide awake, made myself a little coffee, and what a great match. Great match. Djokovic wins that first set, and Alcaraz, just great stuff. And honestly, I got to say something for the first time this morning before we get into all the other news, and we got a lot of stuff going on, and we'll get you caught up on. Carlos Alcaraz, 22 years old, now has the career Grand Slam, meaning he's won all 4 majors. And, of course, Novak is the greatest player of all time because he's won the most major tournaments. He got the most wins. And he's 38. 16 years difference in those guys, which is amazing that Novak, who beat Sinner, was able to get to the finals with Carlos Alcaraz and Sinner just dominating tennis, winning the last 9 majors. But Novak afterwards yesterday, it's amazing. We always talk about, you like guys sometimes by things they say and their personalities or you have a good experience and stuff. Novak Djokovic after was the best he's ever been. He wasn't bummed out. He didn't take it hard because, like he said, honestly, I didn't expect to be here in the finals. I thought it was going to be Sinner, who he beat in 5 sets or 4 sets. And he was like, hey, man, this is just glad to be here. He said a bunch of nice things. I went, man, Joker did a lot for his image in this thing, man. Just thanked everybody, but it was a class act, and a lot of praise, obviously, for Alcaraz, who's the number 1 player in the world right now. So anyway, it's kind of nice. Anyway, saying all that, we got a lot of stuff to get to. Boy, you didn't have to stay up late if you're wondering. Last night was 6 o'clock start anyway for the Heat, making it a lot easier for us early birds. But they a little payback after what happened the night before. At one point, it was 126-74. They're up 52 in the game. It was a game everybody got a chance to play, man. I think Spo put his kids in for a couple of minutes in that game. It was everybody got in on the action last night in that game. And, of course, we've got the trade deadline coming up here. I don't know if anything's going to happen, but, boy, everybody sure is having a lot of fun with this Giannis Antetokounmpo trade that everybody thinks is going to take place Thursday. Trade deadline, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And everybody thinks something's going to happen the next couple of days and who's going to be in it. And until last night, Khalil Ware hasn't played very many minutes. And Spo's had 200 different reasons why, matchups, coming back from injury. And some are saying maybe making sure he stays healthy till he gets to a new team. So, and listen, there's all kinds of stuff out there, and nobody knows for sure. Some said Milwaukee should keep Giannis till the offseason, and others are saying, no, they've been working on it. They've all agreed he's got to go. This will be really interesting this Thursday to see what happens. We got it's finally here, Super Bowl week. We'll get into all that. By the way, the team's both out in California and Santa Clara, probably staying in San Francisco. And so we have that going on, and we'll get you caught up. And I think it's going to be great. Listen, man, there's nothing bad about if you make it to a Super Bowl, you obviously don't get there by luck. And if you don't believe that, ask all the great quarterbacks that just haven't been able to get there. Go call Lamar if you see him, or Josh Allen, see how was the Super Bowl experience. They're hard to get to. And it's more than just a quarterback to get there. You got to have a good friggin' team. There's no question about it. You got to be good everywhere. Special teams, you got to have a defense that can get stops and make plays. And offensively, you got to score points. And Seattle was the number 1 seed when it was all said and done. And New England was a number 2 seed. So had the same record, if I'm not mistaken. Both those teams had 14-3 records in the regular season. New England's won 3 playoff games. Seattle's won 2 because of the bye week. And here we go. And the great stories, just going to be a lot of fun this week. Vrabel coming over first year and what he's been able to do with 17 wins. Drake May, that story, year 2 and what he's been able to do. They had 4 wins in 23, 4 more wins in 2024, and now are playing in a Super Bowl. That is a turnaround. That is a turnaround. Now, the other story, Seattle's been pretty good now. This didn't just where did they come from? But they got Sam Darnold. This is 5th team. He's had 2 teams flat out give up on him. And 3rd overall pick with the Jets. Everybody thought he was done. Took a little 3-year, $100 million deal. Minnesota made a huge mistake, no matter what they say, with that team. And their guys are starting to come out saying we should have never got rid of Sam Darnold. Seattle takes him, and it's been a great story. So we got a lot. We got 2 good offenses, top 10 offenses. I mean, you look at their numbers, you can go, oh, I see why they're there. They both average over 28 points a game in the regular season offensively. Seattle's defense gives up 17 points per game. So you look at all the numbers on both offense and defense, and it's not by accident. It's not just quarterback, which we're going to be talking a lot about today. But it's not just quarterback. But we are going to be talking about it. It sure is nice to have one of those guys. You know, Woody, I looked last night. I spend way too much time until we get one. I'm probably going to do it till I'm finally retire. And even when I retire, my wife will probably catch me in my office. She goes, what are you doing? Are you still following the quarterback stuff? Oh, my God. What is wrong with you? You need a quarterback counselor, man. You can't let go. You got to get one. I'm not saying he's got to be the best player in football, but you got to get one of those guys. One of those guys you got to get. You got whatever you want to call him. A little better than a game manager. Game manager still got to make some throws, by the way. You're not winning in NFL. You got to make some throws. You got to make some plays with your legs. And here we go. I was looking last night. Don't ask me why. 32 teams. Woody, just looking at this, it got me going on Omar Kelly's article. Omar did a little thing on the quarterback situation for the Miami Dolphins. It's no secret, all the things. And some of you I see are still holding on to Tua coming back and competing for a starting job, and hope that doesn't happen. And then all the other things that could happen here. We got a shortage of them, man. So you can do the math on this. And if you want to look, if you're really bored, and now be fair, don't be like you like certain guys' personality. Just step back. The way I looked at it, I saw 26 teams that are having meetings right now, getting up this morning, getting ready to put everybody together after the Senior Bowl and go, I think we're okay at quarterback. We're good. I don't know we have one of the best, but we got upside, or we got a guy that's made enough plays where we're good in this very thin draft quarterback class that's coming out. Very, very thin. By the way, Charles Davis came on, who did the Senior Bowl. I talked to him. It's still very thin. Now, all the players didn't play in the Senior Bowl. Mendoza is by himself, man. Mendoza is at the top all by himself. There might be a few people like Simpson. We have a shortage of quarterbacks, and we can't fill them up with 6 or 7 first-round pick quarterbacks unless you're looking to, get fired as a GM. I mean, they're not there. They're not there. A couple of good ones, or potentially good ones, went back to school. We're making good money. Now we're making $6-7 million in that NIL deal to come back. I think we'll come back. A couple other guys, mid-round guys, go, no. And Miami got one. I'm coming back. I'll be your guy. And so, but we have a shortage of quarterbacks. When you do the math and you try to figure out everything, there's going to be some teams that are going to open up their competition and try to figure this thing out. I mean, there's still some different ways to do it. We'll get into this a little bit later on, and we're one of those teams. We are one of those 6 teams that I'm talking about. It's not Halfley didn't do it. Sullivan didn't do it. John Eric Sullivan did not do it. He had nothing to, they just got here. But they know, and by the way, if you're Green Bay, they know more than anybody because they know what they look like. They can go and look at the history of the last 25, 30 years, maybe more, where they have connected really good quarterback play in most years. Really, really good quarterback play. So they know how important it is. You don't have to sell those guys. If you work there in Green Bay, you've seen it. You've seen the history. It probably hits you in the face every day with pictures on the wall of Rodgers and Favre and everything else. So you know all those things. But yeah, this will be an interesting one. So we're getting ready for all that stuff. Plenty to get to. Panthers, by the way, didn't forget about them. All of a sudden, 3 straight losses, banged up. Buffalo tonight, Bruins on Wednesday, and they're just trying to, well, we got 2 things actually going on. We got a lot of guys on this hockey team that are going to be representing their country in the Winter Olympics, which is very, 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 3 veries important to these guys. These guys that come from these hockey countries, this is important. You saw it. You saw it last year was that last year? In the All-Star game where they did the best of the world, and Canada and the United States was great. Great stuff. We applauded the commissioner. It was great. We lost one of our players, got banged up in Kachuk, but it was great stuff. But this thing's important to guys in America now. Kachuk, led by the Kachuk brothers. This thing's really important in Canada. And so we got guys trying to get healthy enough to get back for the Winter Olympics. And we just, we got some key guys out right now on this Panthers team that's holding things back. And one thing is pretty obvious now that we are, 54, 55 games into this thing for hockey, that you can't replace Mr. Barkov. All the things he does, we kind of went, well, he's good, but, some days you don't. And my brother-in-law told me a long time ago, who's a huge hockey fan, how good he was. Then he started winning championships, and then I watched that rating and ranking system of Barkov go to the top with all the things he can do. And Jamie's a junior Panther. He knows and goes to all the games. You just sometimes, listen, man, you go, we can get by without just losing one guy, and you realize all the things Barkov does at both ends, face-offs, all the things he does, probably the hardest guy to replace because you can't. They just don't have a lot of him in the league. And I don't know. They're saying maybe there's a chance if they go deep enough in the playoffs. Well, they better get rolling here because you start falling 7-8 points out of the wild card, 7-8 points outside your division, and it's tough. It's tough to come back, although a lot of games left. Get on a little winning streak here. You get right back in it. But they got a lot of work ahead. We've got a lot of news with the Dolphins coaching staff. We'll get you caught up on. We'll get a lot of stuff, a lot of different things to get to here this morning on a Monday morning. And then, of course, don't let anybody tell you, the Super Bowl doesn't do it for them. What do you mean by that, man? There are so many parts to a Super Bowl. What are you talking about? This Sunday doesn't do it for you. First of all, there's parties. There's commercials. Everybody can rip the halftime act if you like it or you don't like it. You can get political for a second. I mean, it's got something for everybody. Everybody, man. The food, the burgers taste better, the chicken wings, the pizza.
Not to rip the guys after us, but I was listening to those guys the other day, and they're like, this game is no, it's not intriguing. There's no juice. So these are the 2 best teams.
Thank you, Woody. I'm dead serious. Thank you.
Yeah. By the way, I think it's going to be a pretty competitive game.
It doesn't have Mahomes and doesn't have.
Yeah,
man,
but
All right, so it doesn't have Mahomes.
But you got Drake May, who's playing as well as anyone.
Hey, man, I saw it up
Seahawks
close.
are very good. I mean,
I got to
on.
tell you, I saw it, and I saw him improve his improvement from the start of the season and from last year to where he was against us in that last game, and he made some big-time plays. He faked some runs and made some throws down the field, giving his guys some extra time. He's running around a little bit for his life. He just keeps the play alive, and same things he's done.
I just think Championship Sunday had a little less juice for us because we were wrapped up in that college football game, I think.
Maybe.
To be quite honest.
Yeah. But I just want, like, hey, man, I'm not one to sit here and come on and bash the friggin' – it's hard to get to those things, man. It is hard. How hard is it? We haven't been since Super Bowl 19. You can go around to a lot of NFL cities that got a long-ass drought going to get there. It is hard to get there. It is hard to get there. And we got a 1 seed and one side made it. We got a 2 seed on the other that was able to get there. Lady luck with injury, obviously a part of this, but yeah, man, I'm not a hater on any. There's no getting to the Super Bowl by accident, or you don't get a bye in there like, oh, we're too banged up, we'll have to pass, we can't play, you guys just go. No, it doesn't work like that. All right, hey man, we got a lot of stuff to get to here, man. Stay warm. We've also how those iguanas doing, Woody? Boy, I hope they got him at Vista View. We had some whoppers out there where I walk in Davie. I mean, Vista View's got, I don't want to rank them because maybe you live in an area, because I used to go out to Key Biscayne to the golf course, and they had some whoppers. Took my dad out there one time, and he goes, what are those? And I go, those are the biggest ass iguanas I've ever seen. I mean, they were good. And they were covering the hole, and they weren't moving. They weren't moving unless you jumped on top of them. Those were badass iguanas. They weren't moving. Anyway, we'll get more into all that stuff. Hopefully a couple of them froze enough that we could get rid of them over the last couple of days. Hey, right now I want to talk to you about something very, very important, man. Your health. For a lot of guys out there going through highs and lows of life that we all do as fathers, as men, a lot of things happen. Sometimes break up in relationships to job stuff going on. Boy, you just get in a funk and you can't get out of it on your own. Well, it's all right, man. We all need help from time to time. It's a new year, and that means a fresh start, new goals for you, and a chance to reset. If your mental health needs a comeback season, Recovery Unplugged Behavioral Health is here to help you with a beautiful mental health residential program right here in Fort Lauderdale. I mean, they do it all. They've helped over 20,000 people nationwide with expert care, music-based healing, innovative treatments like ketamine therapy for depression, anxiety, and trauma. Make this the year you put yourself first. Call 954-737-4508 or visit recoveryunplugged.com. New year, new you. Recovery Unplugged. Heal out loud.
Today's topics are
Hey, welcome back, and hope everybody had a nice weekend. I know you probably had to adjust some plans a little bit there with the weather a little colder than we're all used to if you've lived down here, used to everything in the 70s and 80s. A little chill. It's fine, man. A couple of days, it's fine. Not gonna affect anything, and we'll be okay. First thing I thought of when I saw it was getting into the 30s was those damn iguanas, man. I go to Vista View and I walk over there in Davie, and they got some whoppers, man. They got some whoppers. All around, both sides that big park over there. And man, I was wondering if I almost got up early. Saturday morning when it was first cold, or yesterday morning. I was like, man, I got to go see. I got to see if these guys made it, man. But apparently, seeing all these stories, they're picking them up and killing them, huh? Picking them up while they're dead, falling out of trees, and trying to cut back that population of iguanas, which is crazy. I wish they'd do some of those damn pythons, but it looks like they've gotten used to.
You got those at your house too?
No, we just have
okay, good.
No, we had one iguana, big boy over there was eating there. I said, stop buying those, whatever it is you're buying. That pie, you can't get rid of that thing, man. That iguana loves whatever you're planting. Don't stop. So find something. Ask them, hey, is there anything iguanas don't like to eat in my yard? Anyway, we've got a lot of other stuff to get to. I teased you before we went to break. The Miami Dolphins have a new defensive coordinator. And I love everybody's comments. Oh, my God, I'm not impressed with this coaching staff. You know what I'm not impressed with? I'm not impressed with the talent that they've got to upgrade before you start worrying about who can coach because they were here or there or everywhere. And Sean Duggan, now the new defensive coordinator. Look, I got to tell you, and I liked a lot of these coaches on this staff a lot. I got some favorites. I got some all-time favorites of guys who were good to me, always good to me, no matter what the situation. There was 5 or 6 of them that I really liked, that I really, really liked on this staff. Some of them have been around for a while. Eric Studesville, John Embry, Austin Clark. I could go over all these guys that have just been fantastic with me. I'm serious. Great guys. Really good coaches, and I just realized that, and if I was in that situation, it's not being mean, but if I'm taking over a head coach, I want guys that I'm familiar with. I don't want some, hey, you got to keep this guy. Well, he was, you want your own guys. You want guys you coach with in college or coach with in Green Bay or you've been with in San Francisco. You want your own dudes. Like Matt Applebaum was not a Mike McDaniel guy. They let him go. Can do things differently. So he hired him back because he knows Matt Applebaum and he likes him and he likes what he's about. So they're going to get guys that, I don't like this guy. He's never done this. He's never done that. Like, first of all, the coach is going to call all the plays, defensive plays in the game. He's going to make all the calls for him. So his defensive coordinator will be helping him set up the game plan all week. But at the end of the day, the head coach will be making all the calls defensively. That's made that clear from day one. But people have to understand, it's fine. Listen, everybody's going to have fun, and it's off season, and everybody wants to, I don't really like this guy. He didn't do it for me, and that guy. And I go, look, man. First of all, they're all going to be really good coaches when they get really good players. So, that's just the way it works. You look a hell of a lot better. Mario goes, I look like a much smarter coach when I got really good players. And you can turn a quick screen pass into a 70-yard play because you got Malachi Tony behind it, and he takes off and runs. And they go, what a call. What a call. He broke 3 tackles, spun away from another guy, and outran the rest of them. So that's number one. But number 2 is, man, you want guys that know the way you do things. Relationships are important. You want to know no matter where you are, those guys got your back because you've been with them. You've known them. You've known them when you guys were both maybe assistant coaches together somewhere. So that's just the way it is, man. Everybody. What do you think that some guy never been in the league is just going to go out and get an all-star lineup of famous coaches from all over the league and try to bring them in? Oh, man. Those relationships are important, and getting the right guys, guys you feel comfortable with, and all those type of things. They have signed some of their own guys. I hope some guys from this coaching staff, I hope they get a few more. I do. I still some guys that big fan of that on this staff looking to wait and haven't been picked up yet by other teams. And hopefully those guys end up making the cut and get another job. And by the way, the other thing about these assistant coaches, if you've ever looked, not all of them, but most of them, look where they go through a lot of jobs, man. And some go back and forth. Well, I was an offensive coordinator at Ohio State, but then I was assistant defensive back coach in Green Bay, and then I went back to college. You look at a lot of these guys, they bounced around a lot of different places. It's like, honey, I love you, but get ready, man. We're going to do a lot of traveling to a lot of places. How are you on flexibility? So, yeah, that's the life of a coach, man. And those guys coach. They keep coaching. You kick them out of college and pro, they're going to keep coaching something else. They'll do consulting work, or that's what they do, man. They want to coach. And they don't mind working 20 hours a day when some of those guys are crazy. Sit and watch tape and want to go out and show you a technique and all that stuff that can get really boring after a while. So, anyway, with that all said, we've got a lot of other stuff to get to here this morning, and we'll get into it. We've got this. I'm dying to see what's going to happen with Giannis Antetokounmpo, because everybody somehow is still tying the Miami Heat into this, and I'm trying to figure out how in the hell they're going to do it. Unless Kel'el Ware is like the greatest young player that's not playing in the history of the NBA. Because I keep hearing about these guys, some of these national guys, all this Kel'el Ware, that's a great kid. And I'm like, he played 3 minutes, 12 minutes, and 7 minutes in 3 games. What am I missing? What am I missing with that love affair that you have that Spo doesn't have with him? What am I missing? So we'll see. We'll see what Milwaukee's thinking. They obviously want draft compensation, and they want some young, talented players. They want to build this. They want to get their money's worth out of a guy that, when he's not pulling his calf muscle, is a top 10 player in the league, probably closer to top 5 player in the league with the numbers that dude picks up every night. All right. Anyway, we've got a lot of stuff here this morning on a Monday morning. Omar Kelly will join us and getting going here on this finding the quarterback. It's a new game that we play more than just about any team. The Jets are now playing it a lot too. We got to find a quarterback. They draft one and then they go, well, he didn't work out. We got to find a quarterback. We got to find a quarterback. And by the way, I'm standing by this one too, Woody. It's not all the players' fault when it doesn't work out. Some of these organizations are just dysfunctional. Some of these organizations are just dysfunctional. Some of these guys can play. Some of these guys can play. And we're seeing one of them in a Super Bowl. He can play. He can play. Sam Darnold, a top 3 pick for the Jets.
That's a weird story, though, man. Guy slipped through all those different organizations.
By the way, Minnesota, he's coming off this big year, and Minnesota goes, nah, you know what? It's a tough decision, or we're going with the rookie we drafted. We think he's going to be real good, even though he's injured. What a mistake. And they know it. And they're going, well, you have to – you messed up. You messed up. By the way, ask your starting receiver. He'll tell you. He's already said, yeah, we I don't know how to say this, but my numbers went down a little bit. Yeah, it's they messed up. Took a chance. And took a guy that they thought, hey, he still might be good. Don't get me wrong. Mike McCarthy. Is it Mike McCarthy? Is that might still be good out of Michigan. It's been a couple years. He's teased you a little bit, but I don't know, man. Right now, it's all about Sam Darnold. Going to be a big story at the Super Bowl. The players arrived yesterday from both teams, and here we go. Here we go. And by the way, don't let anybody, if anybody's a downer about this Super Bowl, tell them, you know what, just leave it alone. You really can't mess up. No, whether you watch the Super Bowl at somebody's house, you get a family get-together, you get together, but it's the whole thing, man. It's commercials. It's halftime acts sometimes. You like it, you won't like it, you hate it. I mean, it's all part of the deal. The food, right? Big day for pizza, big day for chicken wings.
Yeah, that's the new hot take going around now, though. That this matchup isn't good, or it's not going to be a good Super Bowl, or that's the new hot take.
Is it?
Apparently, man. Keep hearing it.
Why?
I don't really care who else watches it. I mean, I'll be watching.
Somebody's going to be a Super Bowl champion.
Yeah, I don't care what the numbers
And
are.
by the way, probably both teams will be right in the hunt again next year, too, because it looks like New England's in really good shape. I'm guessing Seattle's in
Great. Good
pretty
to hear.
good shape, too. All right. Hey, listen, we got to tell you, we got somebody brand new with us. Very pumped up because we had a chance to spend some time with Melissa, who's the president and owner, along with her family, doing great work right now for Chill Zone AC. What a day to be talking about air conditioning, huh? Just open your windows if you want to get a freebie today and let that wind in. You won't have to worry if you need more cool air. We got plenty of it the next couple of days, but it's great to have them. And listen, I thought the greatest thing is we had Melissa on the show the other day covering all of South Florida, actually Key Largo to Tampa. It's about great service. Here's the best part of the whole thing. This doesn't happen very often here in town. The president will actually take your calls, and if she doesn't, her brother-in-law takes the calls. They've been in the air conditioning business for 20-something years. They know it inside and out. They want to make sure whether it's installation on a new air conditioning unit, repairs on the one you have, duct cleaning, or anything else, they want to let you know Chill Zone Air Conditioning is going to be there for great service that they stand behind. And I know how this works. A lot of you have had bad experiences with air conditioning companies. If you're ready to try something brand new, Chill Zone AC. Been around for a while, growing fast, and did great work. Call 786-378-2778. Tell them you heard it right here on 104.3 WQAM, chillzoneac.com. Stay chill with Chill Zone Air Conditioning.
Hurricane. She's a good.
And welcome back as big week. The Super Bowl. Start hyping that thing up as both teams are now out in Santa Clara, somewhere between Santa Clara and San Francisco. A little bit, if you know the Bay Area out there, it's a little bit of a drive from San Francisco to Santa Clara, where they now play their games. But out there for the hype and the commissioner and all the topics. The commissioner is this is one of the big meetings he has every year. And I know some of the topics are going to be, Woody, we were just talking. You hit number one, 18 games. Like, how in the F are you going to do it? It's a beat-up product. I get it. Let's get one more that counts. It doesn't matter to me. That's a lot. And I know the other side of this, man. Preseason football stinks. I get it. All the guys, and when they're going to play, and guys are playing the second half, and you're kind of looking at them, but you just don't want anybody else to get hurt and the whole thing. And and the other question is, you do need some preseason football to get ready. You do. Because they don't practice like they used to. So sometimes week one, I don't ever think it's an embarrassment, but, obviously, if you don't hit a lot and you don't play your key guys in most or any of preseason, they're not going to be as sharp tackling and everything else that you can, after a few games, it's going to look a lot better. Everything gets sharper and everything, probably less mental mistakes and the whole works, because guys are playing full speed. And you just can't get it in practice. You can't. You can go hard in practice. It's just not game tempo. So I understand all that, but 18 games. So you got a shortage of quarterbacks. We saw a ton of backups play.
I was going to say, everyone that's complaining about this Super Bowl matchup,
right?
Add more games,
right?
Everyone was hurt at the end of the season.
Oh,
how hurt was Josh Allen, by the way?
Apparently a lot worse than I thought. How about, you got love, though, if you're a fan of Buffalo, and he goes, hey, if we would have made it, I would have played.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, you're going to play?
Well,
he had an operation on his foot. What the hell are you talking about?
He would have. I mean, that guy played through anything he could. But, yeah, man, I mean, you keep adding games. You keep diluting your product. Not a fan of this stuff, man.
Well,
I don't think they should have gone to 17. I would have kept it at 16.
Yeah, 17's okay. 17.
I've never after a season been like, boy, I really need another week to decide this thing.
Yeah, no. So I agree, but it's going to happen, Woody. They're all over this, and it's a lot. 18's a lot, man. There's no question. The second one is, I know it's an issue. You're going to hear a lot of it, and that is 10 coaches. We got our last 2 coaches, and not one black coach was hired.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to pop up, and it should. I mean, it should.
Yeah, I saw a lot of that over the weekend.
I saw it as soon as I saw the last 2 names of guys that were most likely. I guess the Cardinals are going to hire Mike LaFleur, and the Raiders are going to hire Clint Kubiak. But a lot of guys, man, a lot of guys. I think we got a guy down here, Anthony Weaver. I thought he was going to get a job. And I know his guys didn't have a great year. I don't think it was all his fault. He was playing with a bunch of rookies on the defensive line, Zach Sealer and the young kids. And they got 2 corners late in the as soon as camp started. They were like, all right, let's get a couple guys, that haven't signed with anybody. I don't know if anybody else wanted them. And they came in and actually both played really well considering, and both stayed healthy. Both those guys did a nice job. And but I just thought he is impressive. Some guys are just impressive. He's been around. He's built his resume up, I thought, and he didn't get any of those jobs. That was the one. The Brian Flores story. He would be the other one, and who's probably ready. And then he had something happen with another coach, came out and said, I can't coach with him. So I don't know what happened there. And, I don't want to get into it, the guy said, and all these things, but I thought Brian Flores was a little bit old school, but that's okay. That's okay if you coach him hard. But I know the Tua stuff and all the other in the lawsuit obviously has not helped Brian Flores, even though he continues to be a really good coordinator. So anyway, that's going to be a couple of the topics coming up in the league. Hey, listen, they got it rolling. I mean, I'm sitting here. You can nitpick at the league. You really can. And I see everybody tries to take shots at everything. And sure, there's a lot of things could be better. There's certain things on rules that you'd like to see. I get it. And it's going to be every year. I'm not so sure the league doesn't mind all that stuff because it got you talking about their product. But football's in really good shape. Don't let anybody tell you whatever we say. Roger Goodell is doing his job, and that is generating a lot of money to the National Football League, whether they're down or up or stay even on eyeballs this coming Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday. It's a drop the mic day. It just is. The whole thing. It's they're doing a lot of things, obviously, right. And some of the games are dud. I thought we had a lot of good games this year. A lot of great games in the playoffs. But occasionally you do get some uglies in there. 49ers going to Seattle, banged up against a real healthy team at home, and that was what many people thought it would be. That was going to be a blowout, and it was. That was a rough one to watch. So we've got all that stuff. There's something else too, and we're going to come back. I want to talk about this a little bit. So the Senior Bowl, and just had that, and yes, the quarterback club is lean for this draft. It's really, really lean, and this quarterback thing is going to have a lot of teams trying to figure out what are we going to do? What veteran do we do to fill it in? Who can we get? Because we're not drafting high enough to get Mendoza, who's expected to go number one. I'd be shocked if he doesn't go number one to the Raiders, unless the Jets make some great offer. But they got their own problem too. So both those teams, but we got a lot of teams that are looking and not sure about their quarterback situations, a lot. And now all of a sudden you don't have a very good draft class of quarterbacks. So now you got to go the other side of this, and what veteran can you Band-Aid your quarterback with? Or what free agent who's been a backup has a chance to maybe look something like Mayfield or Darnold? Something. So it's a tough one. And by the way, we're one of those teams. The reason I bring it up, I'm not talking about it. I was bringing it back home. We are one of those teams that our general manager, again, they came into this situation. They knew what it was going to be when one accepted the general manager job and the other one accepted the head coaching job. They know. And so I don't know. I'm really curious to see what is the best way to go about trying to win games this year. What quarterback's going to give you the best chance and look like a starter? That's going to be the big one for John Eric Sullivan and Coach Hafley. That's going to be a big one. All right, we got more stuff to get to. 7 o'clock hours coming up. Some more NFL stuff to get to as well. We'll have that for you. But first, before we do any of that, I want to take a second to talk to you about injuries. Hate it. You know how this thing works, right? The more competitive you are, no matter what age, you're going to get hurt. You just do. Our kids get hurt, we get hurt, and our athletes get hurt. Matter of fact, people ask me all the time, hey, where do the pros go when they get injured? And I tell everybody, a lot of them are going to Baptist Health, South Florida. Matter of fact, a lot of athletes from around the country, even overseas in tennis and golf, are coming to Baptist Health, South Florida. That's right. They put together one of the top sports medicine programs in the country. I mean, the doctors are unbelievable. Taking care of Inter Miami, the Heat, the Panthers, the Miami Dolphins, taking care of a lot of colleges here in South Florida. Listen, man, they put together a team of top specialists from around the country: knee, shoulder, foot and ankle, hand, back specialists, hip and knee replacement, Achilles doctors. They got them all. So they've seen every kind of injury for team and individual sports. They've seen them all, and they know how to fix it. That's what they do every day. It's about getting you back out playing the sports you love the most with 3 great facilities: Doctors Hospital in Coral Gables, Hard Rock Stadium next to the training facility, and 595 and Pine Island in Plantation. Broward County, it is so easy to get to. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho. baptisthealth.net/ortho. One goal, man, one goal. It's about getting you healthy, back out playing the sports you love the most.
Doral Kia, you always pay less. Either Pricito at Doral Kia. Visit us at Doral Kia, DoralKia.com. Starting with the Heat, who blew out the Bulls 134-91. Next up, Miami will host the Hawks tomorrow night. And last night, Norman Powell was selected to the All-Star team. This is Powell's first time as an All-Star. Over to the Panthers, who will welcome in the Buffalo Sabres. The puck drops at 7 from Amarant Bank Arena. The game can be heard right here on WQAM. And finally, in tennis, Carlos Alcaraz won the Australian Open at 22 years old. Alcaraz is the youngest player ever to complete the career Grand Slam. Joe.
All right. You know, the crazy one, too, for Alcaraz, he had been with his coach, who was a really good player in his day, and they'd been together for a long time. And he just said, hey, man, I got to let you go. And everybody thought, he kind of insinuated yesterday, he was talking about it, like everybody thought it was just going to fall apart with the rest of my team. So the guy was like motivated to go out and show you, hey, man, I appreciate everything you've done, but I can win without you. And yes, he did. Impressive to get his first Australian Open, and very impressive stuff for him, 22 years old. He's now won, man. He's won on everything, right? The grass, clay, hard court. He's doing it all. All right, we've got a bunch of other stuff to get to here this morning. So getting back to Senior Bowl, we just had the Senior Bowl. It's very hard to watch. I'm not going to lie to you. It's very hard. They practice for a couple days. They do drills, and you go out and play. And
well, I know you watch for the Miami guys, but
was only
we've
two
seen
of
enough
them.
Miami guys,
oh
haven't
my
we?
God, I don't need to see those guys. I know how good they all are. I do. And I don't blame them. Look, you play 4 extra friggin' games. The last thing I want to do is, and I'm sure the agents are telling them too, like, you've done enough. You don't need to go there and do a bunch of one-on-one drills. They got to see live stuff for 4 games against really good competition. Both sides, right? You got to see all these teams play. Texas A&M got to see, obviously, Ohio State, which is loaded with, once again this year, with a bunch of high draft picks. There are going to be a whole bunch of Ohio State guys going. And some UM guys obviously played really well because they won the game. I don't think a lot of people, my point is, you need to go to a Senior Bowl. You don't. So anyway, I saw this. Perk wrote something about this. Listen, man, the league, things have changed. First, we went through the Christian McCaffrey, one of the first guys. You remember this, Woody? First guys to say, hey, season's over. I'm not playing in any secondary bowl games. I'm going to get ready. And, oh, my God, the league is going to think you don't want to play. And how do you not finish with your team? And I remember that whole thing, man. Hell, I might have been on that for a second. Oh, yeah, that's not cool. You should finish it out. And then McCaffrey did it. And by the way, still playing at a super high level. Going to finish probably in the top 3 or 4 in the MVP again for the year he just had. Way over 2,000 total yards, running back for the 49ers. And then everybody stopped doing it, right? Everybody goes, I played in the regular season, but we're going to the Gator Bowl. We're going to the Boca Bowl. I'm not playing. I'm using it because I wasn't Sun Bowl, whatever the game is, Holiday Bowl, all the bowls. If it's not a playoff game, I'm not playing. Or if it's not in the old days, a national championship game, guys didn't play. Remember the whole thing, Nick Saban, his guys, he goes, man, I expect my guys to play in the Gator Bowl, and he had the seniors together, and I expect you guys to finish this out. I know some of you can get drafted high, but, and Nick did what he did to, strong. And some of the guys played. Some of the guys did play in that game. And, there's 2 parts of this. First of all, this game means nothing. And the second part is, what if I get hurt? What if now all of a sudden I get hurt and play 47 of 65 plays in a game? So the league doesn't care, is my point. The league, when they go, we like this guy, but hey, he didn't play in that playoff game. And now we got guys going to 2 and 3 schools. That's where I wanted to get to this morning. So we got guys going to 2 or 3 high schools down here. And now most guys going to 2 schools. The Reuben Bain and the Maui Noah, you're seeing less and less of those from the great ones. Now, if they're really good and things are great and you get paid right off the bat, and those guys were good from day one. They got here really good as true freshmen, and the 3-year program, and they're now going to be top picks. Hell, they're going to be 2 of the top 10 picks most likely in the draft. But, to my point with this whole thing is NFL doesn't care. I don't know if I want a guy jumping schools and following money and trying to get in a better situation. What do you mean? We just had 2 quarterbacks the last 2 years decide to go. And for one, it worked for sure. He became the number 1 overall pick. Cam Ward absolutely made the right decision when he transferred. Not to mention the money was a lot better. I don't think the league cares. They don't care about the transfer portal. They don't truly care about the NIL. They want dudes that are in love. They're going to play hard. They're passionate, whether it's you want a gym rat or loves football or all the things coaches say. They don't care if you skip secondary bowl games. They don't care what kind of money you're making in college as long as your ass plays hard. If you play the way the Canes players played, nobody's going to go back and go, not one guy on that team, you're going, I got a problem with you not showing up to Senior Bowl. Really? I played hard, this whole thing. So, and we got a lot of guys, again, going to 2 and sometimes 3 colleges. 3 colleges. Nobody cares. As long as they're good and they can play and they got in a system, hopefully besides getting money, the money they got in a better situation to allow them to make more money. And a lot of guys have done it and had success. Wait until they start showing that list when guys get drafted of the amount of guys. And they don't put just one school. They put all the schools they went to. It's going to be an impressive amount of schools. And if you're from down here, you might, between high school and college, see 6 schools. 6 different schools when you put high schools and colleges together. We're going to start seeing more and more of that, especially when guys aren't really, really good from day one and stay and are 3 and done at 21 years of age. They don't care. Long as you can play, they see passion. They do those background checks. They see stability. They see guys that are like love playing football, want to be great. They don't care. They don't care how many times you jump. I don't believe one scout out there is going to go, hey, let's stay away from the high NIL paid guys and transfer portal guys. Don't like them. Really? You better be making sure you get some of those guys, because some of those guys are making a lot of money. And by the way, when you have a good one like Malachi, I'm guessing Malachi Tony's going to make a hell of a lot more money now. Just coming off the freshman year, not letting him go. He's going to go in. He's going to, hey, man, I just kind of put together one of the greatest years in the history of freshman football as a freshman playing in a big program. Yeah, you're going to take care of that guy. I don't want that guy to leave. My punt returner. He's my do-everything guy, over 1,000 yards, a bunch of catches.
Well, you're lucky he seems like a very easy to deal with person. He really wants to be here.
Yes.
But that's the kind of situation around the country that will get ugly, I'm guessing. Right, when you got a guy that outperforms his deal.
Yeah, but as long as so the other thing they want to know they got a chance to go to these playoffs. It is important. They want to know they're going to a big program, and there's a lot of them. LSU.
Everyone's got a chance to go nowadays, right?
Yeah.
There were a lot of teams that were involved in that playoff hunt. There's going to be every year, especially when you keep adding more teams to it.
Yeah. I guess my original thing is the league doesn't care. League doesn't care. You go where you have to go. We want to see if you're durable, you can play, how you play in big games, see if you match up with what we do, see your toughness, see, all those other things. And then they want to do those background checks and go, man, we can't get rid of this guy. This guy, like Malachi Tony, Reuben Bain. How about those stories about those guys? Like when they're off, they practice all the time and they're off. And where are they? And they're showing up at 4 a.m. to work out, or calling their coach going, hey, I came back down to camp. I'm working on this move. What? On a Sunday night in the off season? Okay. It's going to be, hey, look at when you're doing, you're going to do, especially when you're getting these top picks. Like when you draft Maui Noah and you draft Ruben Bain and Mesidor, you want to make sure, right? You want the whole package. And those guys are going to check all the boxes. They're going to check all the boxes. Offensive line box, a guy durable, played all the Maui Noah, did he ever get even banged up a little bit?
Not that I remember.
I don't either. And then Mesidor and Ruben Bain, they're going to go, listen, only the truth from Jason Taylor. Hey, Jason, can we talk to you for a sip? Hey, man, those are you don't have to worry about those two. They can play. Nothing.
I'd like to see
families.
A few of those guys stay home if we could, man.
I'd like to get one.
Yeah.
Boy, I'm with you. I would love to see one.
Maybe one of them falls.
Love to see one at 11.
Second-round pick, perhaps.
You're talking about Mesidor.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
It's hard for me. It's hard watching Mesidor play in those playoffs. And I know there's a bunch of pass rushers. I look at all the mock drafts, and there's 5 or 6 top pass rushers, and there's some good ones around the league. I get around college football. You watch him in those games, it's hard to imagine he's a second or third round pick. It's just top 50 player. Yeah, probably the higher end of that top 50. Anyway, hey, Wood, we've got a lot of stuff going on here this morning. Got both the Super Bowl teams, the Patriots and, of course, Seattle, already in Northern California, getting set now for a little hype and getting some practices in and then getting set. Great stories, by the way. Great stories for both teams. Patriots coming off 2 seasons back-to-back with 4 wins. By the way, one of the worst rosters last year, check that, the worst roster I had seen. It was because I thought the Raiders had a better roster, and they weren't very good either. But the Patriots won 4 games last year. Now, I thought Drake May had a chance to be pretty good. He had nobody to play with. But I was like, this Drake May guy, he's making some plays, and he got nobody to play with. They bring in Vrabel, a large amount of free agent money to spend, and hit on it big. Hit on it from production, durability. They hit on it across the board. Had a nice draft class and year 2 of Drake May. And then the guy that brought it together. Now, I don't know where you rank him, Vrabel, as a coach, but what he's done in 1 year, from 4 wins, 17 wins, including
he's a good coach, but
3 playoff wins.
They really did load that roster up, though.
Yeah.
But he is a good coach, yes.
But you hit on 4 draft picks that are playing, starting a lot of weeks. Your top 4 picks are all starting. And then second thing is that free agent class. And some of those guys got paid. That defensive tackle, Milton, he's a stud. Anyway, that's what it looks like.
We'll get there, man. We'll get
there. I know. I knew you knew where I was going. I knew.
But hey, man, look, there are a lot of quick turnaround stories in the league. The one that really stands out is that Broncos thing.
It's a good one.
Getting rid of Russell Wilson the way that they did, and
it was like
on your first round pick.
It didn't even affect them. It was incredible. They have draft picks they gave up for him. All that money they had to pay, and it was like,
well, they like Bo Nix. Remember, not a lot of people like Bo Nix.
No, a lot of people did pass on.
Yeah,
they were worried about Bo Nix from Auburn. Not Bo Nix from Oregon.
What was it? He runs too much or whatever. Didn't they say the same thing about Herbert? Coming out of college too, they had a problem with Herbert's offense that they ran or something?
I think Herbert's was his personality. His
personality wasn't good.
He didn't have enough dog in him, and could he get out there? I don't know. Mike thinks so. Mike McDaniel thinks so. He went over there. Hey, we got to go to break, man. A lot of stuff to get.
That guy going to win an MVP with Mike?
I think they're.
Speaking of which, Mike's press conference was painful to listen to. I don't know if you heard that thing, but
was it bad?
Yeah. I mean, it was. He's ran his course with us down here, but
they are.
As long as it's not our act anymore, so it's fine. But yeah, it was a lot of Mike. Yeah, usual Mike. But
I got to tell you,
he's gonna win some games with that guy, though. I'm guessing
his head coach Jim Harbaugh. And somebody told me they got a lot of money this year, too. They're, wow.
Yikes.
Get those 2 big, strong tackles back if they could stay healthy. Man, let's see what that thing looks like. Anyway, right now I want to talk to you about Beverly's Jewelers, man. Jeff, Amanda, The family of Beverly's Jewelers, by the way, father-daughter, if you're wondering. Jeff did not get remarried. That's his daughter I'm talking about. I'm talking about Beverly's Jewelers. I'm talking about going there for 35 years, my jeweler. And they make it so easy for you. They got something for you guys out there thinking about getting the engagement ring, and you're on a tight budget, man, and you want something beautiful. Listen to this one. And this is their top seller right now. It's been since Christmas. This thing has blown up. They got a stunning 3-carat certified lab-grown diamond, VVS clarity, e-color, set in a custom-made 14-karat gold engagement ring for just $3,999. That engagement ring that you thought you were going to have to spend all that money, $3,999. I'm not making this up, and it is beautiful. That's right, 3-carat diamond ring, $3,999. Hey, listen, I want to tell you more about Beverly's Jewelers. Whether it's a birthday, anniversary, anything else, diamond studs, tennis bracelets, they got everything. Anything you need, man, within your price range, they got great stuff over there for you to really have a great experience. And by the way, if you need some extra cash right now, Beverly's pay top dollar for your old gold, silver, and jewelry with immediate payment. Hey, I can go on and on. Interest-free financing, free gift wrapping, and a great staff to make sure you have a great experience and get exactly what you need. Visit Beverly's Jewelers in Fort Lauderdale, off Commercial Boulevard, or online at bevjewelers.com. Beverly's Jewelers, where South Florida gets engaged.
WQAM broadcast.
tickets for the Heat when they host the Jazz next Monday. We'll take caller number 5, 305-567-0560, and we'll get you in Heat and Jazz next Monday.
All right. The Heat, easy one yesterday. Haven't had a whole bunch of those, but after losing that first game, come back, take 2 or 3 from the Bulls over the last 3 games here. It's very strange, by the way, to see it happen the way it did. But anyway, everything's right now, man, on hold here because everybody, every time they mention Giannis Antetokounmpo, they mention the Miami Heat. And I got to tell you, man, I'm just from the outside. I'm just reading everything. I listen to some of the guys I know, and I realize they don't know for sure either. I just don't see how it can happen. But, man, if it does, I'm here to see it. The trade deadline, 3 o'clock on Thursday, the NBA trade deadline, and so we'll see what happens. And the other thing, when I listen to national guys talking about top young guys, so because Milwaukee wants draft compensation, they want first-round picks, and they want some young, talented players when you give up a guy like Giannis, and they're looking to get a lot. And they always mention Kel'el Ware. And I'm like, we keep talking about Kel'el Ware, and hell, if it's not a blowout, he's not playing lately. Now, he's only been back, I believe, 4 games, and he was injured. But plays 3 minutes, 12 minutes, and 7 minutes. And I know with matchups and pace of game and small lineups and just didn't fit Kel'el Ware. And I'm like, I mean, how about they make adjustments to Kel'el Ware if they're going to go with that lineup? Make him pay. I don't know. I just don't. I don't buy it. And Spo's one of the best in the business, if not the best in the business. But I keep hearing about Kel'el Ware as this key piece that they'll give. And obviously, every time somebody's mentioned in a trade the last 3 years, Tyler Hero's name's in there as well. And he's still injured. But, yeah, man, we'll see. And I get it. I do believe Giannis would love to come here. I do believe Giannis would love to play down here. No doubt in my mind. Most athletes do want to come down here and play if they can. The organization is solid as a rock, and everything about it. So that does not surprise me. But I'm just wondering, for Milwaukee, what can we give? I mean, there's a lot of other teams that have more. So anyway, we'll see. This is going to be a fun couple of days to see if they make a splash, or do they basically just run this back with what they have, or just continue with what they have. So we will find out in just a few days. We'll know for sure as things start to heat up with because this has been the greatest tease. It's been going on for like 2 weeks now. This Giannis thing and Heat, and the Knicks are in there and they're willing to give up all this stuff, and the Golden State Warriors and by the way, all those guys at ESPN. Stephen A., my God, man, slow down on Giannis and Steph Curry playing together. My God. Okay. We get that's what you want to happen. So we'll see what everybody has and what they agree on, and where Giannis wants to go and re-sign and all those things that are going to be part of this with the trade. So he maybe has some say in where he gets to go, with still getting Milwaukee what they want in return. A lot of crazy stuff going on. Panthers, by the way, 3 straight losses, man. Buffalo tonight, Bruins on Wednesday. By the way, both teams ahead of the Panthers right now. So 2 big games to try to pick up some points here, because we got the Winter Olympics right around the corner. And we got a lot of guys going over, and they are going to play those Winter Olympic games. Don't worry about guys going half-assed in the Olympics in hockey, in case you didn't get that teaser and you didn't watch those games during the All-Star break, especially when Canada plays the United States. Oh, my God. They're going to get after it, man. So we'll see. But the Panthers got to get some wins here, man, and get rolling. I could hear Paul Maurice in the frustration the other night and trying to get guys healthy. And he's, obviously get some guys back, get Kachuk back, and the next thing you know, somebody else is out. And it's been tough. They played a lot of games, man, for 3 years. They played a lot of games, and re-signed everybody. Again, it'd be great to have everybody back. And the part that's most frustrating is your best player, in my opinion, by far, Barkov, not having him back with all the things that he does. Just you can't replace him. Some guys you can replace a little bit, scoring and that stuff. You can't replace all the things Barkov does. And so that's a tough one, man. You look at guys, and this team's had a lot of good players, man, and really play well together. Some guys off to great starts this year, even with Tkachuk out and Barkov out. Now you get Tkachuk back, and he's starting to look, he's getting better and better, getting rid of the rust and the injury that he had. It's had him miss more than half the season. But so anyway, they're gonna have to make up some ground, though. They have fallen behind here a little bit, and need to get rolling and get some points here before the Winter Olympic break will be a big one. We've got Omar Kelly going to join us at 8 o'clock on we're going to kind of dial it in on this quarterback thing. We're all kind of curious to see, as they obviously the number one thing is to get more talent on this team. This team does not have a lot of talent. A center, a left tackle, a running back, a wide receiver, a linebacker. You know the group of 5 or 6 guys that organization we talked about, everybody talked about. But we got to get the young talent. We got to hit right now of our young guys. Patrick Paul is by far the best. And last year's draft class, they all got to play a lot, and they got better. They did. All those guys got better. But I can't sit here in year one, now that we've seen our draft class last year, and tell you that anybody's going to – we have some good, solid players, but I can't tell you anybody's got a chance to be a star. I can't tell you that. And we've got to upgrade that to get where we have not whether he might be a starter or might be a role player. We need really good starters and guys that have a chance to be elite at their position. That's what we need. And then the other one is I put in a side category, but because it's the most important one, is quarterback. And first thing is you let Tua come back, because everybody gets together and goes, oh, what the hell? Let's have him back, and we'll have him compete for a job. And because it's probably going to be somewhat of an open competition. Somebody will be named a starter, but there'll be some kind of competition. And then the big one is, how do they feel about the guy that was their backup, who's now a free agent last year in Green Bay? That's the big one. How do they feel about that guy? And so we're going to find out, man. We will find out. Malik Willis is a free agent who was a backup quarterback for Green Bay, had some good games last year. Still a young guy, but again, in the bigger picture, is he the guy long-term? Is he a short-term guy? And how do we go about trying to find a franchise quarterback? Because you either got to be really bad, and this year, look at this. You got second pick in the draft. Second pick in the draft. You got one, you're in great shape. Because I think Mendoza's going to be really good as a pro. And he's clearly the best quarterback in this draft. How about picking second and they're going, yeah, I don't know, man. It's Ty Simpson or nothing. How would you like to be one of those teams that needs a quarterback and had a bad year, and there's nobody there for you to take? I mean, you're reaching. They have said, and you're going to hear it a lot, this quarterback class is thin. If you watch the Senior Bowl, it's still thin. Didn't get, a couple guys decided to come back to school. Guy in Oregon went back to school. Guy in Alabama's Ty Simpson. Guy in Oklahoma going back to school. Manning's going back to school in Texas. Those were guys everybody thought might be part of this really strong quarterback class. And they've gone, nah, that wasn't good enough, man. I got to go back and play better, get my stock up more. And oh, by the way, starting quarterbacks in good programs in college are making damn good money. We're going to have guys making probably more than one, making $7 million a year this year in college football. More than most backups in the NFL. Crazy amount of money right now. So anyway, we'll talk to Omar Kelly about finding that guy and trying to figure out how to do it. I'm not worried about this coaching staff. You guys can write all the articles you want, all you podcasters, and I know everybody listens to everybody and stuff, but before you worry about who the coach is going to be and whatever you think of this coach and how good he was there, or this guy you don't like his experience and you're not impressed with what the head coach has put together, let me just tell you, if the GM goes out and gets a lot more talent, you'll be really impressed with this coaching staff because they're going to look like a hell of a lot better coaches when they get better players. I just give you that one to think about here for just a second. Hey, we got a lot of stuff to get to here this morning. Omar's going to join us at 8 o'clock. We'll talk to Omar. But you know what's right around the corner, Woody? We got this crazy baseball. Baseball's going to be back. I can't even believe it, man. They'll be glad to get this cold weather out of the way and hopefully get some warm stuff back here. Yeah, man, it's about that time again. You know, back in my playing days, we didn't have Fan Fest. Well, we just had practice. Boy, I want to let you know now we got some good stuff. Martin's Fan Fest presented by ADT is this Saturday, February 7th, from 4 to 8 p.m. at Lone Depot Park. Meet the players. Go behind the scenes inside the clubhouse, which, by the way, players don't just let anybody walk in there and catch live interviews with coaches and alumni. Plus, you'll get a sneak peek at the 2026 season, including the reveal of the brand-new Marlins jersey. This is how you kick off baseball season right here in South Florida. And, yeah, free tickets, my favorite price always. You get yours now at marlins.com/fanfest this Saturday. Hope to see you there.
Today's topics are sponsored by Local Plumbers. Hollywood's headlines. Without further ado, here's Hollywood.
All right, Woody, what do you have for us this morning here on a beautiful, nice, cool Monday?
All right, Joe, we had a very cool one yesterday, the Stadium Series in the NHL. I don't know if you saw any of this, but they had the game at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa. Over 64,000 fans showed up for this one, and the Lightning had a big comeback in this game. We had a shootout. We had a goalie fight.
Gave you a little bit of everything.
Yeah, we did have a little bit of everything. Coaches dressed like Scarface there. I mean, we had everything, man.
People love those games, though, man.
That was a cool deal last night. Yeah. Good job by the NHL.
They caught the perfect time with weather too, didn't they?
They got lucky. Yeah, they got 30-degree weather. Could have been one of those days, man, where it's 80 degrees. You never know.
Right.
That was high risk. But
God bless those guys, man. You're right.
Did it. They got it in.
And got a great game. Tampa Bay looks good.
A game that might not be as good, Joe, the NBA All-Star game. Just some news from that. We got LeBron James heading to the All-Star game. He did get the nod here, and this will be the 22nd straight year that LeBron James will be an All-Star.
You got to let him in. You just pencil him in. Or
he should have been a starter, in my opinion, but
either way, I mean, he needs to be
disrespectful.
There.
But
he's done it. Like Willie at the end of his career, Willie Mays. Like, Willie, get out there.
Kevin Durant will have his 16th All-Star selection, fourth most all-time. That puts these guys behind. You got, let's see, Tim Duncan and Kevin Garnett, Kobe Bryant, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar had 19. Those other guys had 18. So James with 22.
Wow.
All-Star games. That's a lot, man. That is
one
crazy.
Thing we can all agree on, whether you love or you dislike or hate LeBron, is his durability. He's broken down a little bit recently, but overall, that's been a durable guy.
That's weird though, man, to spend that many years hating a guy. The guy's been around. That's more than half my life. This guy's been playing at an all-star level in the NBA.
People in my life that I care a lot about that bring up some form of politics with them that I'm just not a fan of. Just not a fan of. If you don't like him as a player, okay. I mean, if you don't think, like, whatever you think, he's one of the greatest players of all time.
Well, that's not debatable, obviously.
And I think he stands for a lot of good things. I think he's a good family guy.
Yeah.
Not saying he's perfect. I know I wasn't.
Nobody is.
But I think he's pretty damn good.
Nobody's done a better job living up to the hype than that guy.
What was the one I got? The sneakers are being made in China. I was like, really? That's where you have to go on?
Yeah.
You're worried about that?
Most of your sneakers are made there. Sorry.
Yeah. Anyway, what else you got, Woody?
But seriously, with LeBron, you talk about living up to the hype, and a lot of these guys never do, right? But LeBron, not only did he meet it, he exceeded it.
Yeah.
And it was tough, man. Stuff they were saying about him when he was in high school.
Oh, no. His games were
a lot of it he did to himself.
It was one of the first times I remember more than one game being on his high school games were on TV. I was like, whoa.
Deal.
All right.
All right, Joe, this is not really for you because I know you already know about this. This is for everyone else who was not invited. But Jordan Hudson has planned a, quote, huge bash for Bill Belichick on Hall of Fame Enshrinement Day. So this will be a party on the same day as the Hall of Fame enshrinement that it will be for people that I guess are not attending the actual enshrinement.
Whatever.
She's going to says any others who are planning on attending Bill's Hall of Fame induction, the ceremony, Canton will be invited.
Yeah, great. Most of those people are still going to go that are going, except Jimmy. I think Jimmy said he's out.
Yeah.
I think I saw Jimmy Johnson said he's not going. Whatever. Okay.
I know you were probably already in the loop on this, so.
Why you always got to bring that up, man? I got nothing to do with it.
Because you know her now?
I just met her.
Should be a good party.
She's doing something for a guy, man. That's her guy. That's her man.
All right, Joe. This story is very strange here. Have you seen Charles Bediako? He is the guy that spent 3 years playing in the G League. And now he is back on Alabama.
Oh, I did see that we were able to overcome the G Leaguer. I don't get that.
He was drafted in 2023.
Yeah.
That's when he left school to enter the NBA draft. He was not selected, but he signed a two-way contract with San Antonio later that year. He spent the past 3 years in the G League, playing as recently as a couple of weeks ago.
So how many years
the
eligibility
Motor City Cruise in Detroit?
That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
So he sued the NCAA. You'd have to have one of these lawyers explain this better.
By the way, everybody wins that one. By the way, go against the NCAA, you're guaranteed to win.
Well, this got me thinking here. Like, if we're going to allow guys that have spent 3 years playing professionally to come back to college, why cut it off at 3 years? Like, I'm thinking maybe, Steph Curry was one of the more exciting players I've ever seen in the tournament. Maybe one of the schools out west can add Steph Curry.
I think Steph Curry's a bad example because Steph's making $60 million a year, getting ready to make more.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, just for the tournament. Like, if they're going to allow guys to go back to college temporarily, maybe you let him play. Maybe the Canes can add Bam Adebayo for their run.
Did they say how much? Just
a little depth.
I just think it's a weak what you're saying. But anyway, let's get back to the issue here. Does he have how many years of eligibility does he have left for college? They're not letting him go full 4 years now.
I know he already played in college. So he went back. I don't know how many more years he has.
It's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Guys like Bruce Pearl said that the NCAA should consider banning Alabama from the tournament.
I agree. What are we doing, man? So G League, that's
what's the NBA?
I know. What are we doing? I get it. G League, the D League, the E League, all getting paid.
I think we let guys come back. I like it.
Alabama lost to Florida by 21 yesterday.
Yeah, didn't help them. All right. What else?
All right, our final one today, Joe, it is Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with Groundhog Day?
I am.
So this groundhog named Punxsutawney Phil, he saw his shadow emerging from his den in Pennsylvania, signifying 6 more weeks of winter. I also saw that PETA is very upset about this whole situation, and they wanted to have a hologram groundhog.
Okay.
They wanted to retire Phil.
All right.
Phil's been doing this for 100-something years, since 1887.
Okay.
I guess they probably use a new one every so often.
But I don't know. I'm listening to you, Woody, on this one. You're done.
I'm done. Anytime there's an animal involved, there's outrage.
You are too much, man. I tell you, I got a real problem. I heard which coach was it? Who's the coach at Arkansas? He went off going nuts about our rules and what are we doing? This whole thing's a mess. And
coach at Tennessee, or I think it was Tennessee, said he thought his players were fixing games. They played so poorly.
Oh,
he goes, I think our guys are betting on games, and everyone starts laughing. Like,
yeah, it's not funny.
Yeah,
that's
hilarious.
That's dumb. Yeah, it's not very
funny.
Smart. Yeah, but no, the coach at Arkansas went. What was the guy? He was at Kentucky, right?
Calipari.
Yeah, Calipari. He went nuts on this whole thing and went on. He did win Dabo Swinney on the whole thing.
Well, he's
too.
an old school, but
he's right.
One of the OGs of the.
But he's right about that.
The one and
everything
done, right?
He said about this, his problems. The NCAA or somebody's got to step in. We got to get more rules here. This is crazy.
I like
guys suing guys for extra years, man. It used to be you got 5 years, and sorry if you were injured on a couple of them. That's just the way it is. Give you 1 for injury, but we got guys going 7, 8 years at college. Then we got young guys leave because he's coming back at 25. He's going to start.
This would be like the equivalent of if Quinn Ewers found out, like last season, right? He's not playing. He figures he's not going to play, and they just re-add him to Texas in the middle of the season.
Yeah, for $5 or $6 million, he'd be right back, or go somewhere else and just.
That would be the equivalent of that, right?
Yeah, that'd feel closer to what you were saying before. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know about Steph and Bam and all those guys.
Fun.
They're done with the college stuff. You don't have to worry about those guys.
Maybe
they're
Tua can go back to Alabama. A couple more years.
No.
Develop.
I think you're trying to get me to take a shot at Tua. I'm not taking any more
No.
shots at Tua.
You're done?
Trying to be done.
Good for you. Moving on. I like that.
I wonder what he's doing
You're
right
so
now.
mature.
I'd love to know what is Tua thinking right now. He obviously doesn't want to come back here. Right?
Don't speak for him.
Why would you want to come back here?
I don't know. You've ran him out of town, so it is possible that he doesn't want to come back.
Anybody out of here?
You have ran him out of town.
He ran himself out of town. That's one of those you run yourself out, Woody.
Between you and Bo.
Yeah, he's
Bo's press conferences just too tough. You run the poor guy out of town.
Enough is enough with. It's not only his play. Only thing that was worse than his play this year was his press conferences. Some of the dumbass stuff he said really was stupid. Just really stupid stuff. Hey, I'm past that,
you were
though.
moving on. What happened?
You got me. You baited me.
I just thought maybe he could go back to Alabama. A couple more years.
They got somebody there already.
Do they?
Yeah. Well, you think they want to do the same deal? Like, look at slide, don't take any hits, the same deal. It's hard to play that way. Hey, I do want to take a minute here before we hit this 8 o'clock hour. And Omar Kelly, Atlantic Men's Clinic, ED and Low T. Let's get rid of it. Please, can we just get you guys to join Atlantic Men's Clinic and get rid of it? Something you're going through. Low T is just, everybody knows it happens with time. Everybody is educated on that, yeah, your energy level goes down. All of a sudden you change, you're getting older, and you go, I just don't have the energy I used to have. Then you start to notice it affects you in the bedroom. Your sex drive is gone. And now I got your attention, go, oh, yeah, I got both right now. I go, yeah, me too. Well, I went to Atlantic Men's Clinic, and I knocked it out, and I know you can too, and it happens fast. I got to tell you, Atlantic Men's Clinic, 2 years, man, 2 years with Atlantic Men's Clinic. Man, I just love all the programs they have. They police your program. You get updates. They just do everything to make sure you get the best results all the time. Get your energy level back up. You're active again. You get more out of your weekends. You get more out of your vacations, your sex drive. Chasing that little lady around again. How's that sound? Boy, I'll tell you what, fun at my house. I just want to let you know this, though. When you set up that first appointment at Atlantic Men's Clinic, get the testing, the PSA test, if medically advised, a test dose. You meet with their professional staff. You have an honest conversation, and they answer all your questions, because I had a bunch like, what happened to me? This just hit me like 6 months ago. I don't know what to do. Is this the way it's going to be? No, Joe, we're going to knock it out quickly. And with 7 locations in South Florida to serve you, a brand new one in Hollywood, I go to Plantation. Call him today and knock this out. It's something bothers every guy. No guy likes to go around with this low T-ED combination. 877-455-7300. Set up that first appointment. It's the most important one for you to get great results and get back like it used to be. AtlanticMen'sClinic.com for more information. Atlantic Men's Clinic works.
Five-time national champion Miami Hurricanes and Miami Hurricanes basketball.
Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys.
Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This update is brought to you by Doral Kia. You always pay less than your pricito at Doral Kia. Visit us at Doral Kia, DoralKia.com. Starting with the Heat, who blew out the Bulls 134-91. Next up, Miami hosts the Hawks tomorrow night. And last night, Norman Powell was selected to the All-Star team. This is Powell's first time as an All-Star. Over to the Panthers, who welcome in the Buffalo Sabres. The puck drops at 7 from Amarant Bank Arena. The game can be heard right here on WQAM. And finally, in tennis, Carlos Alcaraz won the Australian Open. At 22 years old, Alcaraz is the youngest player ever to complete a career Grand Slam. The Joe Rose Show continues now. And it is time to head out to the Toyota of Hollywood hotline. Shop over 2,000 Toyotas on sale at one location. Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood and Sheridan. ToyotaofHollywood.com, Joe.
All right, Woody. And we bring in Omar Kelly, Miami Herald Dolphins columnist, to talk a little bit yesterday's article about the most important position that is going to take a while to figure out long term. As we say, good morning. Omar, how you doing?
I'm good, Joe. How you doing? How are you certain it's going to take a long while, Joe? It's only been 2 decades and 6 years.
Yeah, I know. It's not an easy one. Well, we had everybody over like 5 or 6 years going, well, I think we got him. No, we don't have him. He's not the guy. Isn't it?
Hold on. What moment did you think we got him, except for Tua? And you of all people probably got on the Tua train really late.
Well, I did. I
got off real quick.
I did.
Yeah.
I wasn't in to start with. We took the wrong guy. But, yeah, I mean, I was like, okay, Mike, if you can get something out of him and then, you know, the whole thing. But we went through almost the identical thing with Adam Gase and Ryan Tannehill. He was like, I'm going back and forth with him. I don't think he's a guy. And he's going, Joe, he's a guy. He can play. He's going to play. We're going to put a system around it.
He could play until his arm died on him. And we realized that we couldn't count on him in December, and it was consistent. And then we concluded that.
Which guy are you talking about now when you said that? Tannehill or Tua? Which guy?
No, Tannehill. It wasn't just December. Tannehill failed us, and Tannehill succeeded when he left us. So I don't think Tannehill was an arm. If you combine both of those quarterbacks, you'd have an elite quarterback. Because what one has, the other lacked.
Yeah, one was much more athletic than the other one, yes.
Athletic, strong arm.
Yes, much stronger arm.
Could run, probably durable. And the other one, touch, precision, deep pass, accuracy, diagnostic ability. Just no arm, no durability.
Well, those are two big ones, just for the record. One,
yeah,
like,
no.
When you have to coach up a guy that he can't get hit and to slide like way too early and didn't know, the whole thing. Yeah, I'm not trying to. Yeah. So what's the best way to fix this, or do we just Band-Aid it for a while, or what's the organization thinking on this thing right now?
I think you just keep pulling the trigger till you feel like you got it. And not just taking any quarterback, but take somebody who you believe can be an upper echelon, top 10 quarterback in this league. Now, the column I wrote says basically is that all the hires, all the decisions that they've made absolutely hints that they're going to be in pursuit of Malik Willis. Now, the question is, will they be the highest bidder? And I have no desire to pay a guy who started, 5 games in his career and really has just been a break in case of emergency guy, like serious, legit, real quarterback money. But I am willing to give him a $20 million a year 3-year contract with maybe $30 million of it real. That's what the Jets gave. I forget what
Justin Fields.
Justin Fields, yeah. That probably is the framework of what you have to spend to go get him, and you'll have competition. But here's the thing: of everybody who should know what Malik Willis can actually do, our head coach should be at the very top of the list.
I said that to him. Yep, 100%. He knows him better than anybody else. He went against him in scout team 2-3 times a week.
Yeah,
He saw him
absolutely.
run. He saw the whole thing. Yep.
I got that from your interview, Joe, because you're probably the first person ever made him answer a question about Malik Willis, which was kind of tampering, but we're not going to talk about that. It's very, I don't know, because there's just not enough film, but the talent is seemingly there because the kid has, the kid was hyped as a first round pick. And he fell in the third round because he came from Liberty.
Yep.
He's small, so if you're going to get mad at Tua for being small, he's small too, Joe. But at least he's athletic. And Nathaniel Hackett, who is now the quarterback coach, should have an extensive knowledge of him. The system that he runs is Nathaniel Hackett's specialty, and truthfully speaking, I know a lot of people are upset about the Nathaniel Hackett hiring based on how he performed in Green Bay and how he performed with the Jets. But reality is he's overcoached for what we're asking him to do. He's overqualified for what we're asking to do. And truthfully speaking, what we're asking him to do is just find and develop a quarterback. If somebody can develop Sam Darnold, why can't they develop Malik Willis?
Well, because I happen to agree with you, because we're going to find out real quickly how much they like him. As you said, the GM and head coach are been with him for 2 years. But the other part of this, and the sad part is, because we talked to Charles Davis, and he just said, listen, man, I'm supposed to hype this game up, but I don't feel very good about this quarterback class, this Senior Bowl quarterback class.
Yeah,
This draft class outside of Mendoza. And maybe some people like Ty Simpson a lot and some don't. That's going to be But outside of that, I don't know. There's not much there. You're talking about getting somebody. Do you just get somebody to get somebody, or?
No, you don't get somebody to get somebody. Quinn Ewers probably can beat out most of these guys. So I think you're solid there. To me, the biggest question is, do you feel like you need to use your resources to build up the rest of your team, and then figure out, if you go Malik Willis route, you're probably going to be patient on the quarterback. You don't have to take one this year. But if one's sitting there for you and you want to develop him, cool. But Quinn Ewers can get the job done. He's fine. I like the upside. And in fact, when he was starting, I realized he was better than a lot of quarterbacks in this draft. I knew that in training camp. And a lot of people think if he had returned to college and played at UNC for Bill Belichick, like he was being courted to do for $2 million, he would be at the top of this draft. Not necessarily a first-day pick, but probably a second-day pick, maybe early third-day pick. So, and he's got a year of quarterback. He's got a year in the system. Bobby Slowick knows him, has worked with him. I could see there's some development that could shit. Sorry.
I had
to get back in the car. Yeah. Oh, sorry, my bad. My bad, Danny. So it'll be interesting to see what they do. And here's the thing, Joe. If they don't go the Malik Willis route, there's also a history with a certain quarterback who's from your hometown, who's a Hall of Famer, who probably still wants to continue to play, and they could easily break that glass for $12 to $15 million. And
you're talking about bringing Aaron Rodgers here, and he doesn't go back to Pittsburgh, where he's been having lots of conversations with the new head coach there. But you think we could get him down here?
Yeah, I mean he's worked with the quarterback coach.
Yeah,
that's been his guy in his best years. I'm not saying that it's the right move. I'm not saying that it's the wise move, but it is a move. And you act like you got options.
No. I understand. I'm not sure. Listen, I think Aaron Rodgers can still play. I've made it very clear. The zip coming off that ball on Monday Night Football down there. I was like, wow, he can throw it. He just needs, but he wants some weapons around him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this ain't the place though. Yeah.
He don't want to go out. He does like Nathaniel Hackett a lot. You're absolutely right. Maybe his favorite guy of all time, but he also wants to go, hey, Nathaniel, you got a little talent there besides just Waddle.
Yeah.
Got a little more, anything else I can throw to?
There ain't much here. So yeah, you're right, Joe. But hey, maybe this organization lets Brett do what the Jets did, which is stock the deck with people he wants to work with. I have no idea what's going to happen, Joe. I know I'm not taking Ty Simpson at 12, and I definitely know he's not going to be there in the later rounds. So, maybe I fall in love with some other quarterback in this draft, like the Ole Miss kid. But then I'll be going with another small quarterback, and I don't want to do that again. So we got to see. And here's the thing. Remember when we last elevated, as I wrote in the column, a backup quarterback and basically wasted 5 years with him? No offense, Jay Fiedler, because you have a dynamic winning record, but was that all you?
That was driven by our defense. Yes. Well, yes.
Yeah.
That was a lot of low scoring games with a really good defense.
Here's the thing I don't remember, Joe. Maybe you could bring back history for me. Why didn't they just try to get and develop another quarterback during that Jay Fiedler era when they knew he was basically a game manager, stopgap guy?
That's a great question. I don't have an answer for that. I don't know. I know we wasted a really good defense, though. That defense of Timbo in the middle and Jason on the outside and Pat and Sam and Zach in the middle and all the other pieces they had in there that played different positions. They had some really good players around that D.
Goulier, Sammy Knight. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I ran into a Goulier, man. A Goulier, I ran into him like randomly walking, and he goes by me and he stopped. He's a workout nut, man. Guys.
Of course he is. Yeah. And he's married to a big time dentist around here. So yeah.
Now you give me a little more of a scouting report. Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, big time dentist.
Yeah.
Big time dentist.
Well, I got it. I don't have an answer for that, but I sure would like to be one of the teams that's in a situation one year where we got our guy coming back and we feel good. And now we got to get through not only the quarterback, but all the things that it's done to your cap that's affected you going forward, which can be taken care of. You're right.
It'll be all right. It'll be all right.
You think he's back competing, or you think they've already made up their mind he's gone?
I don't think Steve Ross wants him around here. Now the question is, what's Steve Ross going to do to get him to go? I think maybe a dome team is interested in him. I think you're probably going to have to give up a 3rd round pick to move him and pay half his salary, if not more, somehow or one way or the other. You're screwed no matter what you do. But sadly enough, Joe, the cheapest thing to do is just keep him here as a backup. But I understand the ramifications that come with that. Malik Willis is not coming here with Tua Tagovailoa hovering over his shoulder. Not happening.
That's true. And I am really curious to see what the rest of the football world that needs a quarterback feels about Tua and the one hit away and you just can't play.
It's not the one hit away, Joe. It's the arm. It's the arm. Like he's Chad Pennington after the shoulders. It's the arm. You cannot trust it. And here's the thing. We know what happened at the end of this season, but what happened? Think about last season where they couldn't even practice him and said it was the hip and this and that, and really he can't throw. Like how many times has this happened to us in December? Do we know?
Well, I did notice that he doesn't throw a lot before games, and I brought that up as soon as I saw it when we were getting ready and watching. I watched the kickers, how far they can kick, and I watched the other 2 quarterbacks come out early, and they're throwing it all over the field, and they've got their receivers, especially the backup guys. Sometimes the starters running routes if they wanted to. Yeah. You never see Tua come out, and you never see Tua let it rip in warm-ups, ever.
He's not going to fatigue the arm. It got to a point at the end of practice, at the end of the season, where I was watching him. He didn't even throw a practice in practice. I'm like, why is he still on the 53?
Well, listen, whatever it is, the team sure took care of it. I mean, they've made it.
They've hidden it very well. Yeah, and I get it. You have to, because if you feel like you could possibly move him, and you could possibly move him. I mean, we don't know what Indianapolis is going to do. We have no clue. We don't know. maybe they go back with Daniel Jones and just get through as a backup bridge. If
they saw that show, why they've been through that? Why in the hell would they saw it first of all in the opener? Why in the hell would they want to go with that show again? He
wasn't bad in the opener. They were good. They were good. He wasn't bad until we got to like Washington. He is
limited at everything he does.
He has not always.
You can try to. You can semi-stroke him all you want, man. You go ahead. Should have never been given that contract. Never.
You're right. You're right about that. I'm not going to fight you about that. Should have let him play out the fifth-year contract. But here's the thing, and here's the reason why. And people always exclude this from their conversation. If you didn't give him that contract, he would have sat out all of training camp, all the exhibition season, and showed up for the regular season. Can you run an offense like that?
So look at this. So now all the guys that pouted got contracts, and we're in this situation.
Yep.
Every friggin' guy that threatened to sit out and watch practice and started moping, the price is what the price is, and, we better take care of them. Or they're not going to play. They're going to sit out. We should have called some bluffs on their asses. All right, let's see.
Yeah, Joe, I don't argue with you on that. I think Steve Ross regrets every single extension he signed. Not one where he said, I got a good deal.
So let me ask you, did anybody, when they're all making that decision, did anybody stand up and go, guys, we're screwed?
And he got fired. He was the first one to get fired.
You're saying Chris was the first guy saying we shouldn't give him the money.
Correct. And he was the first guy to get fired.
Who stood up?
Head coach.
Yeah, he did.
Head coach was, I gotta have this guy. He's gonna. So Mike, I'm going to be very curious. Like I already called BS on something Mike said earlier this week when he was doing he was on the media circuit. I'm very intrigued by the fact they like put Mike out there in front instead of Harbaugh. Like Harbaugh doesn't have to do any media. Mike's going to do all the media.
Yeah.
And Mike is entertaining, and I love where he is. I love that he can learn from Harbaugh. But I call BS because he was talking on the Chargers, how talented they are and how they really love the Rondé Gadsden, the second in their draft evaluation. And I said, BS. You had 3 fifth-round picks that you took before Rondé Gadsden in the 5th round. This is a guy who probably had second-day talent sitting there in the 5th round because of medical stuff, and you took 3 jokers before him. You didn't like him. Stop lying.
Yeah.
Either you didn't like him or you didn't have the juice, and I know you had the juice.
Well, I'll tell you one thing we know for sure. Mike was pretty pumped up about Justin Herbert and getting to coach him. I haven't seen him that pumped up since he tried to get to it. He got him that money, and he was telling everybody how great it was that he went to bat and got that deal done. Anyway, hey, man, thank you. I appreciate you coming on this morning. We got nothing done, but we'll see how it goes there for sure, my man. Take care of yourself.
All right. Talk to you, Jeff.
Omar Kelly, Miami Herald Dolphins columnist with us this morning. It's like we haven't closed out our business yet of like, we just feel like we haven't gotten to the bottom of like who signed off on those contracts. It's like somebody needs to get fired for that. I thought it was Chris. I don't know. If Chris acted like a damn GM, it would have been his decision. All right. Hey, listen, I do want to talk to you about something with the Chevy family right now. Start the new year right. Now's the perfect time to check out the 2026 lineup of Chevrolet trucks, SUVs, even a brand new EV. Boy, they got some nice ones. Chevy has a model built to handle all your needs from the busy work week and your weekend adventure. Let me introduce you to the A-lister of SUVs we never talk about. That is unbelievable. 2026 Chevy Blazer are a perfect mix of capability, comfort, and confidence. 3 bold personalities to choose from: athletic and eye-catching, aggressive, sporty, or elegant and stylish. The 2026 Chevy Blazer makes every drive worth the trip. This midsize SUV is spacious enough to accommodate a big family, yet doesn't compromise any of the style. New year, new points of view, new places, and new adventures. It's the perfect time to hit the open road in a brand new Chevy. Hey, man, when it comes to cars, trucks, and SUVs, Chevy's on fire right now. Visit your local South Florida Chevy dealers today for outstanding offers going on right now.
Let's go.
Even when there aren't NFL football games, there is still lots of NFL news. It is incredible. Part of the success is the NFL staying relevant almost year-round. It really is. It's incredible what they've done with their draft and free agency and all the other things that other sports have, and then the draft thing they did a drop the mic on the rest of professional sports on the draft, especially the first night of the draft, and getting hundreds of thousands of people to catch a plane for the 3 days of the draft to go to these different cities that are now bidding because they want to get it, like a big tourism event for hotel rooms. Incredible. Hey, we got a lot of other news to get to here, though. The Dolphins did get themselves a new defensive coordinator, Sean Duggan. And then on top of that, he was, if you want a Green Bay linebacker coach last year. And they've added Matt Applebaum's coming back. He was an assistant line coach. Mike didn't like the way he was coaching. He thought Frank Smith had to take too much time, so he let him go. Well, Matt's back. Also went at Boston College, did a lot of recruiting down here in South Florida, so they've got a connection together, he and the head coach. And so, hey, man, he's got a lot of guys on this staff that he's been with. I think we're all kind of curious because I thought Mike did have a really good coaching staff of guys. But if you don't have a relationship with them or you like a guy, but you have your own guy ready to come aboard. So anyway, they have hired a lot of different guys now, starting to fill in this coaching tree of guys for this upcoming season. And then on top of that, all the talk of the quarterback situation and trying to figure out how to do it. And I think everybody thinks the Dolphins will have the best chance at Malik Willis, who is going to be one of the top free agents because there's such a shortage of quarterback. We don't have enough in the draft to fill up. Mendoza is going to take one position, but I don't know about anybody else. I don't even know if Ty Simpson is going to come right in and play right away. But Malik Willis got a few years, last two in Green Bay, and nobody knows him better than Coach Hafley and John Eric Sullivan, the general manager. They know the guy very, very well. So on top of that, the Dolphins 11, 43, 75, 87, and 90. You know what those numbers all mean? Those are the picks they have in the upcoming draft. Not to mention that was just the first 3 rounds, 4, 5, and a 7 as well. So lot of news, and of course we got 2 new head coaches. It's now officially looks like it's real close to being filled out. The Cardinals will take Mike LaFleur, and the Raiders, Clint Kubiak, will get that job. So there you have it for the 10 jobs that were these are the last 2 to finally get done. It looks like they'll be done. And I do feel bad for the coaches, especially some of the guys. Studesville is one of my favorite guys and got a lot closer to him, but John Embry, Austin Clark, and some of those guys I really liked a lot. And those guys probably may be back. I don't know. I don't know where everybody's going to end up. Everybody's looking, and all these guys start looking. There's going to be once a new guy gets hired, you're talking about a brand new coaching staff. So these guys will have really good opportunity to get jobs. And it's a cold business, man. They understand when their guy goes down, and Mike took his O-line coach. I don't know if he's going to take anybody else with him. I'm guessing they've given him a green light to take on the offensive coaching staff, keep anybody he wants and get rid of anybody he wants. Mike, I'm guessing that was part of his deal to have the right kind of guys. He got his O-line coach who he likes the blocking schemes. He thinks Barry does a better job than anybody else as far as the blocking, especially out wide, the blocking schemes that they have. But on top of that, all these guys, man, it's cold business. There's a lot of guys, man, bounce from your guy gets fired and you go home and go, all right, my head coach just got fired. I don't know if he's going to take me. But you start calling people and calling new coaches that, just got jobs, and hopefully you have relationships with guys so you can keep coaching. And if not, you go back to college. We're seeing a lot of guys going back and forth between college and pro now. A lot. That's the money in college now. It's semi-pro football, so it's assistant coaches are making, in some cases, we got coaches making more, head coaches and assistant coaches making more in college than they do in the pros. I never thought I'd say that. Never thought we'd see that. Anyway, we got more stuff to get to here this morning as we continue on here. We got that other big story going on in the Miami Heat and the trade deadline, and it just won't go away. Giannis Antetokounmpo trade. Looks like Milwaukee's going to move him before Thursday at 3 o'clock for the NBA trade deadline. We'll have a lot more on that coming up. But first, before we do, I want to take a minute this morning to tell you about a very important man here. Very, very important man, Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage. The man been doing it for 30-plus years, helping you get a mortgage quickly, get that money you need quickly, and not just that, but get you the best possible rates out there. It's about great service for Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage. Let's go through it. Are you going through credit card debt consolidation? You need to get that done? How about you're behind on property taxes, HOA dues, assessments, judgments, and liens? Need some help? Could use some equity out of that home to pay some of this stuff off? How about a reverse mortgage? If you are 62 or older, you and your spouse, you qualify for a reverse mortgage. Like to get all that equity out of your home and have a place to live? That's what it's all about. First-time home buyer programs with little money down. Michael Kotze's got all these programs that he's done. Matter of fact, his team can also list your home for sale. They do it all from start to finish. Michael Kotze at Choice Mortgage. Go to Google reviews on the web. It's Choice Mortgage Reviews. Find out what everybody's saying about Michael Kotze. This man is going after it for you. He'll get it done quickly. He has no life. He works 7 days a week. You can call or text him 561-441-2730. That's 561-441-2730. MLS 166254. Rates and terms are always subject to change daily without notice. He's an equal housing lender. I have a game set up, but
Mhm.
there is if it's in the 40s, I don't know.
Who are you playing, Tua?
I just want everybody to know it's not just me,
All
Jerky.
right.
That's just not afraid. I'm afraid if it's 40 or under, I can't get it over the net. I mean, that's what I'm afraid of.
I don't blame you.
You're just
Tough to get it up in those
Yeah.
conditions. Yep.
yeah, it's tough to get it up, period. You're right. There's no
Yeah,
question
sure.
about that. Hey, so anyway, we've got something else.
Speaking of which, yeah.
I got to get right to this thing. So I heard this over the weekend, and it is one of the great pet peeves that media members have. I don't know if anybody had a chance to listen to Jason Kidd, who wasn't happy. He's got his talented rookie playing point guard. Number 1 pick, great player, by the way. Going to be a great player. He's already really just taken to a different level. Anyway, they were talking about criticism that Jason Kidd's getting about the way he's using his first-round pick. Here's what he had to say.
Coach, you get like a lot of national criticism for playing flag at point guard. Over the last 2 games,
I don't
he's
give
been
a
on the
about
ball.
the criticism. Criticism, that's your opinion. You guys write that bull. That's not that. I've done this. I played this game. I played it at a very high level, and I know what the doing. But I don't give a what you guys write, because you guys have never played the game. And so I've built players. So I know what the doing. So to take criticism, it only makes me better. Because if I wasn't doing it right, you guys wouldn't be poking holes at what I've done. That's it. Thanks.
Drop the mic. Media hate that. Media hate that. Right? Because the guys from ESPN played the other day, the 2 guys in the morning, and they're like, man, I like Jason Kidd, man, but, man, that doesn't mean we can't know something about the sport just because we didn't play. And he was a great player, and I know he's been a coach for a long time, but, yeah, he lost.
Well, I told you, like, I don't like the way that question is presented to him.
That's Joe Shad. That's Joe Shad at his best. No, it's Joe Shad.
I'm not saying that.
I'm
you
saying
are.
it. Joe Shad.
I've
been dying to dig at Joe Shad. It's okay.
But so the way that the guy, poses the question, he goes, well, the national media says that and then he goes on with his criticism,
right?
As opposed to like it being his, actual thought, or, he tries to deflect the blame for the question, right?
He did everything but answer, but like all of a sudden.
Yeah,
like
I don't think this way, but other people do. What are your thoughts?
That
on
is
this?
Joe Shad at the Palm Beach Post right there. He's like, well, Joe Rose was saying, or this guy was saying that you.
Boy, this beef is going to get ugly.
Yeah.
I don't know if he does that or not. I'm just, I don't.
You don't know? You honestly don't know. Or are you just saying that?
Is that his thing?
What do you think? You follow him? You follow him. You're okay. Just say it.
I already told you how I think about with him, but I just don't like.
You're afraid
that.
He's going to go after you on the Palm Beach Post?
I'm a coward, but I just I don't like the other people think this. What is your reaction? Like, you got to own it if you're gonna, right?
Well, first of all, obviously, it's been bothering him, whatever it was that he knew, and he's heard it before. So Spo's going through this a little bit. He's getting tired of this Khalil Ware thing. And so now he realized he's got to talk about it. And meanwhile, like Spo, and we'll bring it back to our NBA team. Everybody's talking about how talented this guy is, and that's the big piece on a guy that's got a chance to be really good. And I'm like, really good? Year 2, he can barely get on the basketball court unless it's a blowout. So I don't know. But Spo, everybody, you keep asking the same question. These guys are really good coaches. And it's like he finally has to, like, I want to let you know, I know what I'm doing. And you guys don't, and you don't understand. And you go from there. So anyway, well, last night you didn't have that problem when you're up by 50-something points. Oh, my God. hammered the Chicago Bulls last night. And by the way, it was from the start, and you're going, well, maybe the Bulls will make a run. No, there was no run to be had there, man. They just went out and pounded them last night. So we got Thursday, 3 p.m. trade deadline in the NBA, and everybody continues as we rotate other teams, but the one team they keep in on the Giannis Antetokounmpo trade, is the Miami Heat. So I don't know. They're getting, our team's not. Listen, we keep everything in-house. One thing about Spo and Pat and Mickey and all the rest of them over there, Nick and Andy, boy, I'll tell you what, they run things. I'm probably missing some other names in that group too. They run top secret. Like you get caught leaking something, they will get rid of you. Like they don't leak stuff, which is kind of refreshing if you're an organization. They don't want drama. I mean, that Jimmy Butler stuff must have worn them out last year with all that stuff going back and forth till they finally just said, we got to get rid of him. He's killing our culture. But I am curious to see, man, do they have enough, whether it's draft compensation or young talent and what everybody perceives as young talent, because I don't even know anymore. I don't know. The only young guy that I've seen really starting to, on a consistent basis, is Jaime Jaquez. That's it. Tyler's no longer a young guy, and he's hurt. He is a young guy, though. Hell, he's only like 26 years old. But from what they've seen, what we've seen, and I don't understand overall why Kel'el Ware doesn't play more. And I've heard it. Don't get me wrong. I know why, but I don't. Well, he doesn't play hard all the time. He's, and doesn't do the things he's supposed to.
But you know how it goes when a guy gets in the doghouse here.
Yeah.
We've seen this thing. I mean, it last a year.
I saw the last big man that got a $90 million contract, and I'll never forget Pat Riley going, hey, Spo's got to get this thing worked out with him, with Hassan, or we got a problem. I mean, we just gave him all this money. We got to figure something out. He's got to get more out of him. And Hassan could show up and get 10 and 10, right? I mean, that guy literally would show up. If he ever put his mind to it, how good could that guy have been?
Well, he was good for a while.
I mean, really good. I mean, he put up didn't he have some games like he even had 10 blocks in a game or something?
Yes, he did. He had triple doubles with blocks.
God, geez. That stuff, that doesn't happen. And then he'd have days where his man beat him up and down the court nonstop for dunk shots. And he would go crazy. So I don't think Kel'el Ware is that. I don't think that's the case with him. But it is weird. I mean, he got played last night, but again, everybody played a lot last night when you're up by 50 plus in that game like they were last night they're up 126-74 in the fourth, up by 52 in that game. But, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with Giannis. It looks like, Woody, either that or it's the greatest tease of all time. It looks like he's going to get traded. The question is, where's he going to go? I don't see how Golden State's in this thing. That's another one. Jimmy Butler's out, and they're talking about getting Giannis. How the hell are they doing this? Talk about going more over the luxury taxes for sure, right? Mm-hmm. Heavy over the cap. Anyway, we know that Mickey is not. They try to keep everything around the cap, right at it, and not into paying all those luxury taxes that other teams are paying. So anyway, I am really curious to see. Thursday, 3 p.m., trade deadline for the NBA. Panthers, by the way, Buffalo tonight at home. Bruins on Wednesday. We're right around the corner. I know they got a few more games. I think they've got Tampa Bay still on the road, if I'm not mistaken. But coming up on the Olympics, Winter Olympics, and they've got, what is it, Woody, 9 or 10 guys? Jamie might know. 9 or 10 guys going to play if they're healthy, supposed to play for their countries. Obviously got a really talented team, so it's no surprise.
I don't know the exact number, but a lot of Panthers are going to be in the Olympics for sure.
Yeah.
And not even like USA, Canada. I mean, you got some Finnish guys. I think you got some Swedish guys. Forsling's going to be in there. So a lot of Panthers getting ready for the Olympics for sure.
Yeah.
But I tell you that there's a lot of teams in front of the Panthers that they might not make the playoffs this year, Joe.
Yeah. Well, that's why these two games coming up here, I'm not trying to put like these the end of the year, but Buffalo's ahead of them, and so is the Boston Bruins. You got to win these games at home. You've got to figure a way to win these games, and before you go to the Winter Olympics, and some guys will get the break, like I said, and other guys are going to be playing. Hell, they're going to be playing like their regular season games because those guys treat that. Hey, can you imagine what they're going to treat the Winter Olympics like when they're playing for their country? If it's anything close to what we saw that was supposed to take the place of the All-Star game.
Last year's Four Nation was some of the most intense hockey I've ever seen.
Crazy.
That was just an All-Star break. That was just a couple of games. I mean, the Olympics is going to be insane. USA Latvia, February 12th. I'm fired up.
You know who seems to be the most fired up of everybody by far? Matthew Tkachuk. He and his brother represent the United States. It would be big if they have the talent, by the way.
I think so.
The United States can beat Canada.
After last year's Four Nations, I mean, it looks like they're neck and neck. I mean,
Yeah.
They played 3 games. Canada won 2, USA won 1, and the last game came down to overtime. The very last came down to the wire. So I think it's going to be back and forth again in the Olympics. But I think the USA has a good shot at it. They're definitely feeling a little revenge coming after losing the Four Nations in the way they did. So I'm looking at the USA.
Wonder if the Tkachuk brothers will start it the way they did that whole thing. That was crazy.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see some fights and see
get after it.
Off
It's weird because while they're doing that, and then they come back, they're all teammates.
Yeah, no, they're all best buddies. I mean,
Hey.
they got Sam Bennett fighting the USA guys, and they come back
Hey,
after the thing.
he and Tkachuk playing on the same line, high-fiving each other.
Best
Yeah.
buddies. Like they weren't at each other's throats the
Right.
week before.
No, the whole thing is just that the story is just absolutely crazy of the whole thing for sure. But so you hope your guys come back and Matthew Tkachuk comes back in better shape than he was from that last get together, because that thing it was fun. Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed it. As a matter of fact, it looked like everybody enjoyed it because they got like stupid numbers, like ridiculous numbers for sure.
Yeah, just come back in one piece, though.
Come back. Yeah, just come back. Hey, so we got 9 o'clock hour coming up here, and we do have all kinds of stuff we've been talking about this morning, and a lot of different topics here. We also have the Super Bowl, as the hype will start tomorrow for sure. Is today the day of the commissioner, Woody? Today or tomorrow is the commissioner, if I'm not mistaken. He does it at the beginning of the week. He does everything on the
right before they do the media day, right?
Yeah. So anyway, we'll have a lot of stuff coming up here. Hey, and by the way, like people whining about, I'm not really fired up about this Super Bowl.
That's the worst take I've heard.
I
don't get that.
It's so weak.
It's also really weird for media people, like if you work in this business, to be doing that. I've heard a lot of that stuff, man.
I'm not
like
very
people
excited.
dumping on this matchup.
Not excited about this Seattle, the number 1 seed, against the number 2 seed in the Patriots, who both great stories, whether you're talking about Seattle quarterback or you're talking about a team that won 4 games and has now won 17 games in the Patriots.
The 2 best teams all year, basically.
They really have. You're right.
The Patriots, I mean, they win 17.
Seattle
17 something. What was it? 17-3 they've gone.
Yeah, they're
something
14.
like that.
Yeah,
right?
Well, they played. They had a bye week. 16. They
16?
got 16 wins. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, come on, man. Like these are the 2 best teams.
It's just. I get you may not know everybody on Seattle's team, because I don't either. We didn't play them. I don't know that team as well. I do know Sam Darnold's really good, and not only that, but the other guy, Drake May.
The quarterback play is fine. That game they played against the Rams was very entertaining.
But they also have really good defenses. We're talking about one defense is 6th, the other is 8th in the league. We're talking about offenses that both scored 28 points per game, 28 plus points per game.
It's fine, man. You don't need to do this. You don't need to like cover for all these people that like that's the hot take that like everyone's like, oh, it's a bad matchup.
You see who's kicking too, right? For New England?
Yeah, Borregales.
How about that? First year, man. Got drafted by the Patriots, and there he is, man, getting a chance to kick in a friggin' Super Bowl. Unbelievable.
Can't beat Mahomes every year.
Hey, man. I mean,
almost, but
could you have handpicked better games like by, popularity? Of course you could have. Yeah.
yeah, but this is pretty good though. Like these have been the two best teams all year, I think. Who's been better in the AFC?
Well,
Like the Seahawks are a no-brainer. Like they I think have been the best team.
I don't think anybody
out there,
was
but-
buying New England because everybody kept going back to their strength of schedule.
Yeah,
Because they played
sure.
they had 4 wins, so they
Mhm.
played a softer schedule. But hey, man, what they did on the road, they were a great road team. New England's a
Don't
great
buy
road
that
team.
strength of schedule thing either, man.
Yeah, you got to play somebody at some point. They still play Buffalo. By the way,
I think the Dolphins showed you that everyone's tough.
hey, Buffalo had a nice comeback against New England too in that game. We thought maybe that was going to get Josh and the guys over the top there, but didn't.
I think
happen.
the other thing is I think everyone thinks Seattle's going to kill them. That's the vibe I get from people. Like they think it'll be a blowout.
Well, I want to see a good game.
Well, of course, yeah. You want to see a good game. I don't know that that's going to be the case. I don't know that they're going to blow New England out of the game.
I
But
agree with you. I think they're really good.
I also thought Seattle's defense was really good until they got carved up by the Rams. So
I will tell
we'll
you
figure
though,
on that one, right?
everybody's going to break down the structure and how they got here, which is cool. Like you break down their free agent class and their draft class, and then the other thing, you one team goes out and finds a guy that's played on 5 teams in Sam Darnold,
That's weird, man.
and the other guy they hit on a high draft pick. They hit on 3rd overall pick. Drake May can play. All right.
Minnesota really screwed up. I saw Justin Jefferson's pissed off. They fired their GM.
Oh
Like,
yeah. Oh no, they made some mistakes.
how could you not be pissed?
And he by the way, his numbers last year much better than this year. And he had a bad playoff game, played bad in the playoff game.
But
and they just go, we got a high first round pick, and somebody said he's our guy.
yeah.
Somebody said he's our guy. So he better be.
And that guy's fired.
Yeah. All right, parents, if you're looking for something your kids will actually remember, you got to get to Miami Marlins Fan Fest. It's coming up this Saturday. This year, they've got Ron Miguel, one of our favorite people, live at the ballpark. And you know what that means? Yes, he's bringing his animal friends on site. He'll have the whole team there. Ron Miguel takes the stage from 5:45 to 6:25. And trust me, the kids are going to love it, and so will all the grown-ups. It's always fun when you're with Ron Miguel. Fan Fest is February 7th from 4 to 8 p.m. And the best part is it's free. Grab your free tickets now at marlins.com/fanfest and bring the whole family out to Lone Depot Park. It's this Saturday.
Today's topics are sponsored by Local Plumbers 5
This update is brought to you by Doral Kia. You always pay less with your pricito at Doral Kia. Visit us at Doral Kia, DoralKia.com, starting with the Heat, who blew out the Bulls 134-91. Next up, Miami will host the Hawks tomorrow night. And last night, Norman Powell was selected to the All-Star team. This is Powell's first time as an All-Star. Over to the Panthers, who will welcome in the Buffalo Sabres. The puck drops at 7 from Amarant Bank Arena. And the game can be heard here on WQAM. And finally, in tennis, Carlos Alcaraz won the Australian Open. At 22 years old, Carlos Alcaraz is the youngest player, Joe, ever to complete the career Grand Slam.
The the good news and the bad news about watching that and watching those matches over the weekend, some of those matches go 4 or 5 hours. That's a long time. Back and forth, because in the major
tennis, so.
Well, in the majors, you got to win 3 out of 5 sets. It's no longer 2 out of 3. So that's can get long, and boy, they went at it. But that was really entertaining. If you
got up and watched it,
I did get up.
It's 3:30, right?
I didn't get up at 3:30, but I did get up at 4 yesterday morning.
So you missed a little.
I did. I wanted to let him. It's a long one. I knew it was going to be a long one. I didn't have to see it. I timed it pretty good though. Got there.
Good.
Still a lot of action going on, and basically they were tied to 1 set when I turned it on. And
wasn't our tournament coming up soon?
Yeah.
Right, in March, right?
Oh, my gosh. Listen, we all have.
First, Indian Wells is before it, right?
They got a couple, actually.
Okay.
Excuse me. They have a couple of events coming up here before. But, yeah, they got the 2-weeker out on the West Coast.
I know they like that tournament, right?
Indian Wells. I wish we had it, and then they had to go to California because we do lose some guys on that hard court. We do. It sucks, but we lose some. Every year we lose both some of the top female and male players. The women are almost entertaining too. I got to tell you, the women's tennis is, for me, for all the sports, I can watch the women play. Sabalenka, I can watch all of them. Coco, they're just so good, just so good. But yeah, we got the Miami Open up. My boy Chris Clemens, we got that thing coming up, man, and we're gonna have a rolling. I can't wait. And my favorite event over there, my favorite, and I might add, one of the few events my wife likes to go to. Get her out there and have a drink and watch tennis for a few hours.
You and Jimmy. He'll be down here
for it. Why you gotta bring Jimmy up?
He'll be here for it.
Why you gotta bring Jimmy Butler up?
Oh, that's his thing. That's his event. He's friends with Alcaraz. You know that.
He's friends with every guy. He's a groupie. He's friends with all those guys.
He's friends with a lot of other players from other sports. Yeah.
He likes them all, Woody. He really does.
He's got a groupie. This means he's popular.
Yeah. Not around here, he's not.
Carlos Alcaraz wanted to be your friend. I'm guessing you jump on that too.
It's not true. I don't go around chasing. I'm fine where I am. Unlike you. I'm fine with the little group that I have. I don't have to go out looking for new
We'll see if Alcaraz comes up to you at the tournament if you act cool. Like he doesn't matter.
What do you think? I'm going to go looking for him? I watch him play. I'm good. Just because
Just because Federer's not playing anymore.
Oh, that was different.
Yeah, it was different.
The Fed man was different. Now you touch my heart. Now you've touched my heart, Woody.
Can we get him on the senior tour or something? Is he going to do anything?
They don't really. He's not going to do
that. They have a senior tour?
Yeah, they do kind of have one, but he's not playing in that thing. They used to have it. I used to see it on TV all the time. I think that friggin' pickleball took its place on Tennis Channel.
Sorry, bro. What to tell you.
Boy, that thing.
Very popular. They were giving away. They had pickleball night at the Canes game the other night.
Everybody I know is playing pickleball.
It's fun.
Everybody. Then I got to hear about their injury a little bit and stuff, but yeah, everybody.
Well, it's a physical sport.
Yeah, very physical. Well, you ought to start playing so you can find out if it's physical. You haven't played.
How about we bring you out there? I'll play you. I challenge you.
Yeah, okay. You let me know. Whatever you want to play for, we'll play. We'll make sure we get that in there.
You got to get a partner, though. We'll do a little doubles action. I know Omar wants to play.
I'm not taking Omar.
I'll take Omar. You take Bo.
I don't know.
Does Bo play?
I don't know if the big guy wants to move around anymore.
No.
He might be a little limited on that movement right now. Last time he almost blew his Achilles out playing pickleball out in California.
Really?
So yeah, it didn't go well.
I'll give you.
He was calling the doctors back here. He goes, I might have torn it. He didn't. It was okay, but he had to take some
time when you're tennis partners. You get Ira Poupart or something.
Those guys are all good players.
Yeah, they'd be good pickleball players too.
Yeah. And you two don't play. Why would we want to play you two?
Because it's a challenge. You can accept it or not. If you're a coward, don't accept it. But
You just talk all this crap. It's funny.
So accept the challenge. Call Poupart. See if he wants in.
Trying to get him just to play tennis.
Put Joe Shat on your team. You guys can bond.
Is there anything else you want to get in here before we get in and move on here with some stuff, or do you want to just keep going?
No, whatever you got.
You want to talk into the third grade stuff there about somebody said something or something? Want to go to third grade where your kids come home and Johnny said something about your son and he's hurt. His feelings are hurt. Is that what you want to do? Hey, we did have so Omar is all over on this stuff, and it is on this quarterback thing, and he got some of it from the show here in the morning, and we're gonna have him on if you miss some Omar stuff about the franchise quarterback. And I said, well, so what are we gonna do? This draft class, one of the worst quarterback draft classes we've had. It's just not very good. Some of the good guys who would have made it a lot stronger decide to go back to college. First of all, because of the money they're going to make, not a bad way to go back to college, right? The other thing he missed on, I wanted to say, is Quinn Ewers was going to go play at North Carolina for $2 million. Woody, did you hear him say that? I don't know if he's aware of this, but Quinn Ewers, my Hurricanes that was their number one choice. Quinn Ewers was their number one choice. He was going to get, or already had, an offer north of the 4. He was not going to North Carolina at any point. Quinn Ewers was not going to go finish it out from Texas. He was not going there. He had some big offers from the big schools, not Bill Belichick coming in for year one to get his ass kicked. He was not doing that.
Well, it seems like we're getting to a point. We did that story earlier where guys may be able to just go back.
Make $7-8 million, $6 million.
No, like after they've been into the pros here, apparently.
No, that's not going to happen.
That happened in basketball.
The NFL will not let that happen.
It's not the NFL's choice. It'd be the
NFL,
college's choice.
I don't think the NFL will.
Well, it actually wouldn't be anyone's. I guess it's the court's choice.
I'll tell you what the NFL's been able to do. They've been able to make sure guys are in college for at least 3 years, no matter what. 2 in a red shirt.
Yeah.
They've been able to make sure you're around college
the NFL
for 3
can
years.
do that if they want, right? I mean, that's their private business. I guess they can do what they want. But as far as guys going back to college, I mean, it just happened in basketball. It's a very weird story.
I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen.
Guys playing right now after played 3 years in the G League. They're not going to let
guys play like a year and get cut in the NFL and go, oh, you can go back. I got a year of eligibility. Can I go back in the NFL? I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it'll happen.
There's been a lot of things that have happened in college sports that we didn't think were
going to happen. There are no rules. There's no rules or regulations and there's no way to police it. There's no way. They're talking about one of the things they're all upset with right now is the tampering. What are you going to do about it? How are you going to stop one school when you've got marketing people that are also agents? The schools can go, we got nothing to do with him Johnny out there with his marketing guy looking to see if he can bring a guy in for us. Like a lot of the same marketing guys are doing it for guys at different schools that are all good players.
But what happened in the basketball with that situation like that sets a bad precedent, right? Because you don't want guys to go through the draft. They get picked a few rounds later than they thought they were going to get picked. And then they go, well, screw it. I'm going to go back.
See, I wish they would change.
What about like Shedeur Sanders or something like that? Like guy plummets in the draft, right? And he's like, screw it. I'm going to go back.
Did he have a year of eligibility?
I don't know. I'm just using him as an example.
I wish you would use it if so I knew. But
I don't know, off the top of my head, but
he'd have made a lot more money.
But Quinn Ewers, that's a good example, I guess. Probably a better example. Guy goes late in the draft. He decides, well, I can make equal or more going back to college. Sorry, team that drafted me. I'm going back.
I think if Quinn Ewers, it's just my opinion, I've said this since we got him,
that if he could have played another year, that he would have done it.
If they would have told him, his agent would have said, hey, I've checked with some people. Again, that's his agent because that's who you listen to. And said, hey, I think you're going to be a 6th or 7th round pick. I don't know, man.
Yeah, but what if a judge rules that he could still go back even after getting drafted?
That'd be different. If they come up with that
What do you do to the team that picked him?
Well, that's a problem. The league will fight that for that reason. We just drafted him. We got a bargain. We had him at a higher grade. We didn't think we were going to get him.
Yeah.
We don't want to give him up. Yeah, that would be, you're right on that. But, yeah, man, somebody's got to step in, though. The sport's just getting out of control. First of all, the 7 and 8 years got to stop. I don't care how many times you've been injured. At some point, you just got to go, all right, I've been injured a lot. I'm not going to get to play as much college football as I hoped. I'm talking about UM's got a couple guys that have been around. They got another guy, linebacker, coming back.
Strange out there, man.
And what you do is the young guy that's developing, 19, 20-year-old, he takes off. He goes, well, this guy's coming back. I'm leaving. Oh, don't leave. So
that'll be the real interesting one when someone gets drafted where they don't like and they get an offer to go back to school if they try to do that.
What happens every year, you brought up Shedeur Sanders and Quinn Ewers.
Yeah, but wait till one of them challenges it in court, I guess, right?
I don't know, man. The NFL seems to win a lot with all these things. I don't know, this NBA thing with the G
NFL's
League,
decision.
The G League is, I just think they got a lot of clout, man. They got a lot of clout.
The guy that played for Alabama over the weekend against Florida got drafted in 2023.
I know. He should not be allowed to play, come back and play. He sold out to start making money
2 weeks earlier.
Yeah, it's not good. I see why those other coaches are mad.
But that sets a precedent. You know, all these court cases are going to start to set precedents here.
Then we're going to start talking now that the money's a lot better. All the G Leaguers are going to now start going back to college and stay out of the G League. Maybe that's an idea. Even guys don't want to go to school. A lot of G Leaguers don't want to deal with school at all, and I get it. I don't think they have to deal a lot by going to school now.
It does not seem that way.
No.
I'd like to get an honest answer on that, but it does not seem that way.
Nobody's going to come out and say he's here to play football, but they're there to play football. Can you just go sit in a room for a little while? Sure, I'll sit, but I'm not doing anything.
You went to class, right?
Yeah, just a regular there. Regular all the time. Big classes, though. Never put me in a room with 800 other kids or 1,000 kids like those classes.
You went to a good school, though.
It's really hard to go to class, though, when they don't know if you're there or not. All right, hey, we got a lot more stuff to get to here this morning. Recovery Unplugged. Boy, I'll tell you what, new year means fresh starts, new goals, and a chance to reset. If your mental health needs a little comeback season, it happens, man. It happens to guys all the time. We get off the road, we can't get back on, get in a funk, and can't get out of it. Our friends try to help us, and there's nothing you can do, man. We need help. Recovery Unplugged Behavioral Health is here to help you with a beautiful mental health residential program right here in Fort Lauderdale. They've helped over 20,000 people nationwide with expert care, music-based healing, and innovative treatments like ketamine therapy for depression, anxiety, and trauma. Make this the year you put yourself first. Call 954-737-4508 or visit recoveryunplugged.com. New year, new you. Recovery Unplugged. Heal out loud.
Today's topics are sponsored.
And welcome back, and good morning. Happy Monday to everybody. Happy cool Monday. Cool Monday. Oh, my God, is it crazy out there. And then on top of that, frozen iguanas, man. Nothing like it. If you're new in town, there's nothing like getting up early in the morning, going to a place at a park where there's a lot of iguanas, and being able to walk by and seeing one fall out of a tree. And you think they're dead. I thought they were dead for like 20 years here. Woody, only to find out they thaw out and they jump back up and take off.
Well, apparently there's like some executive order you're supposed to like round them up and bring them in somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, they're going to kill them, though.
Oh, yeah, I would hope. Can we make them extinct?
Everybody, they'd love to. Love to get them out of here completely.
We just need to sprinkle poison everywhere.
They're
like
bad news.
Poison.
Well, they got to be careful with all that. And they're
can't have the dogs eat
trying to do it the right way. Yeah, a lot of people eat them.
It's disgusting.
Some of the people in the islands, I don't know which island. I keep hearing the islands, people love iguanas.
Didn't Channing say he cooks iguana?
That would be the guy that would probably be.
Right.
I would not bet against Channing. I could just
so gross.
I could
man.
see Channing. I could see Channing going home and kids going, "Daddy, what's this? This iguana. It's good, isn't it?"
Ugh.
Channing. And if Channing's not, it'd be a great story just to hear.
No, but he's kind of like the person that would find an alligator in the creek behind the house and go and cook it.
No, alligator's different now. Alligator is.
I'm not an alligator fan either, but
you're not.
No.
It's all right.
I wouldn't order it. I wouldn't go out of my way to order it.
No, but
it's edible, I suppose. I don't know. They had when the Gators were down here, they had one of those restaurants that does the promotion out right in front of the by the fan zone there.
Yeah.
They were cooking a gigantic gator. But they left the head on and everything.
So are you all right with wild pig? I had wild pig when I got down here. So
I don't like to see the face of the animal I'm eating, no. Yeah. I'm not big on that. I know they like do the whole pig with the face, leave it on there and everything.
I had a guy, I don't know how he did it. The guy caught it. And
caught the pig?
Put it in a pen. He had some land. Put it in a pen and then killed it, and we had it.
Killed himself, huh?
Killed the pig himself. Now, by the way, I didn't want to see the whole process. I just wanted to eat the pig to see it, but I didn't want to go through the whole thing.
No, I don't want to do anything like that. But
this iguana thing is
it's a problem.
Well, I was trying to figure out how TV was going to handle this, because they're all doing the story, and they're doing stories around the cold weather and, talking about, the freeze on orchards, on crops, different crops, and orange trees and all that stuff. But then the iguana, and I was like, the little bastards, all they do is freeze, and then as soon as it warms up, they like jump back up, and they're fine.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Well, that's what happens in that movie, Demolition Man, where they freeze him.
I haven't seen
right?
I haven't seen
it. You've seen it with Stallone and Wesley Snipes. They freeze him, and he comes back to life like 30 years later.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe it's possible. Can you do it to a human?
I don't know.
If you get frozen in a block of ice, they did it to Han Solo, right? Han Solo got frozen.
I do know it works.
Something.
It works on iguanas. Everybody knows that now.
Yeah,
we've been.
But I think it would work on a human.
But they have some girl in the newspaper. Do you see that picture of the woman? It's got like her hands full. Like she's got like all these iguanas that are frozen.
It's absolutely repulsive.
Disgusting. Yeah, disgusting looking.
I'd be scared one would wake up and bite your hand off.
Oh, no. Hey, by the way, you get hit with the tail. They said one of those whips you with that tail, you got a broken finger. I'm serious. They said that.
I told you. I've been telling you for years I think they're dangerous.
Well, they run from you. You got to
if you're intimidating enough, maybe.
If you're trying to attack them, you get them in a corner, they're going to whip that tail. Anyway, so much for that, Woody. It's
someone said Trinidad is where they're a delicacy.
Really?
Someone says it's called cryogenesis. I'm telling you, I think you can freeze a human and bring them back.
I don't know about that, bro.
If you could do an iguana, you could do a human.
You've been watching way too many of those movies. I know there's a few movies that have it. You've been watching.
How have you never seen that movie?
I don't know.
It's awesome.
I must be busy.
Right up your alley, by the way.
I've been too busy watching all the Vikings movies and the Narcos movies and the mob movies. I probably don't have time.
Yeah, but this is like, I mean, it's like John Wick of its time. Like you would like this movie, I think.
All-timer. John Wick? Come on, man.
Just Stallone and Snipes run around shooting each other.
I got to be honest, some of the latest John Wick have not been as good, but you still got to watch them. They're good.
I heard the one with the girl is good.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Yeah.
John Wick. Yeah, he had to go get her. She was just out of control. He had to. Yeah, great stuff. Great stuff. Anyway, we've got a lot more stuff to get to here this morning besides that on this. What's the temperature up to? Is it tennis doable? All right, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Who's
answer. Playing?
Don't worry about who's playing. Why you always got to ask me? You always getting in. I'm getting where I don't tell you anything.
Don't worry. I don't have another Tua joke for you.
I'm not doing anything. I'm not telling you who I sit with in a box. I try to share stuff with you.
You didn't have to tell me. The picture told us. It's 44 degrees and sunny. Feels like 38.
Oh,
can you handle that?
I have to play just because of the knock on my team. I mean, that they won't play anything around 40. I'll play well. I got to go out and try to. I think I have to now. Hey, protect your home with Loctite Impact Windows, Doors, and Roofing. Boy, if you got an old leaky roof, Chev says, come on, man. Replace your old roof now and you can pay later. Chev, the CEO over there, is very passionate about making sure you are taken care of. It's not hurricane season, but it's always right around the corner. Loctite Impact offers the highest quality roofing materials with lifetime warranty plus thousands of 5-star reviews. Save big on their legendary state-of-the-art Impact windows and doors. Impact windows as low as $6 per window per month installed. Don't wait for the next storm. Visit LoctiteImpact.com. Again, LoctiteImpact.com, or you can call 954-500-LOCK, covering all of South Florida, doing great work, competitive prices. Call Loctite Impact Windows, Doors, and Roofing today.
I'm Nikola Jovic.